Could have something that sounded that bad. Okay, we're live, everybody.
Okay, we're live, everybody. Everybody, keep it cool. Keep it cool. Everybody, welcome to...
Nobody panic.
Everybody, nobody move, nobody get hurt. Welcome to the Brian McCarthy interview show. If you're listening, it's a podcast. If you're watching, it's on YouTube or Facebook. And remember, if you are watching, I know I hate it when people say this, but you just have to say it. Like, subscribe, I don't know, comment maybe even.
Yeah.
By the way,
I say smash that like
Oh,
button.
God, we're the only people that have... You think of that, right? That was yours? Did we trademark that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 Smash that like button, bruh.
Smash that like
Right.
LLC.
Right.
Oh, got doggies.
Oh,
running
yeah,
around.
sorry.
No, it's all right.
So, everybody, and then also on Instagram, it's Brian M. Show. We have been putting out like 1 minute clips of the show, and they've been going around. If you see one of those, I don't know, put it on your bullshit. You know what
Yeah.
You know what I'm asking. I don't like asking.
Put it in your top 5.
Is that a thing they can do?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That was from.
Oh, that's from
that's from MySpace.
yeah, MySpace.
But right next to Tom.
Boy, apparently that guy Tom, like, he got out of the social media game and just has like $1 billion.
Does he
And-
really?
Yeah, or just or whatever he has. He just like somehow it came up recently where it's like Tom from MySpace is. They're like, yeah, he just like lives on like a 3,000-foot yacht and just kind of goes around.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I would say like a boat. There's definitely a boat, some surfing.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You are incredibly wealthy. What do you get? Do you get a private jet or do you get a yacht?
I'd go jet.
Me too.
Because, I mean, that would be great to just be able to
Oh,
fucking
yeah. Although I do feel
skip
like
around.
a yacht is the most egregious way to show people that you just have way too much money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
there's no reason. Nobody has a yacht to go places to commute. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because if you
Sure.
have there's still a practicality to having your own jet where you're like, oh yeah, I can take it to go to meetings in
absolutely.
Chicago and things.
Absolutely.
But nobody's like, yeah, let's get some Ukrainian hookers and
Yes.
let's get 50 cases of champagne and it's faster to go that way. It's faster to go via yacht. and boats are so incredibly like expensive and that's just stupid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's just like
Then you got to dock it somewhere. I mean, I don't even know how that works.
well,
You throw
again,
down an anchor?
If you have a yacht, none of the like I don't think anybody has a yacht and goes, "Oh, these dry dock
Oh,
fees
boy.
are killing me."
Right.
Wait, how? It's like if you own because like
Yeah.
even
No, absolutely.
like my friend Carl had a boat, beautiful boat. I mean, it was on a yacht. But it was probably a $200,000 boat, and every time he took that fucking thing out, it was like $2,000 in gas.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
So even like a dump, even like a shitty boat. But again, if you like, I guarantee Jeff Bezos has a $500 million boat. I guarantee he doesn't go to the captain like, "Hey, let's not go so fast today because we're using a lot of gas. We're using a lot of gas on my yacht."
Right, exactly.
Can you guys just do me a favor? I feel like you
Tone
guys
it
are
down.
Just when we're in when we're going around corners. Do you think Jeff Bezos is like because he doesn't know shit about boats? Do you think he bothers the captain? He's like, "Can I wear the hat?"
I don't even think he's met the captain.
You're probably right.
I don't think the captain is allowed to make eye contact with Bezos.
You don't think he's one of those like billionaire man of the people
I
guys?
don't
Because
know.
I've met some very, very wealthy people. I don't think I've ever met a billionaire, but I think those like tech billionaires, I think
Yeah.
they're really awkward.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't think that. I think if you met Richard Branson, who's a billionaire, probably kind of
He's kind of like a gregarious type, though,
yes.
right?
I've seen him. He's like 5'6" and he has a giant head.
Oh.
But I think these tech guys that are like, I mean, Jeff Bezos is worth like $50 billion. Like, I don't think like those guys are like, they're not fun.
Yeah.
They're not fun billionaires. I think Jeff Bezos is doing his best. I think he got divorced and he has the kind of hot I can't believe we're talking about his girlfriend,
the Latin news lady or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And she's age appropriate.
She is age appropriate.
Right.
I'll give him that.
And she's hot. I mean, she's hot. I mean,
Yeah,
she's
a
not.
lady.
Yeah.
She's fit.
Yeah, she's fit. She's a fit geezer. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Yeah, she's not like some like 19-year-old. Although there is a great story about apparently Jeff Bezos was at some sort of like stupid like art gallery opening or something like in Malibu with his girlfriend and Leonardo.
Oh, I saw. Did you see the footage of that?
Yeah.
It's very
And
funny.
Leonardo DiCaprio was there, and his girlfriend was all over Leonardo
dude.
DiCaprio.
Dude.
And Leo was kind of like, yo, bro, get your bitch, bro. Like, number one, she's old enough to be my girlfriend's grandmother.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. And Jeff Bezos it was just getting cuckolded by Leonardo DiCaprio. She's like, Mira, I loved you in Romeo and Juliet. You're so good in that. You're so young in that.
You're so young.
Did
I
you
don't
ever
even know if she has an accent.
Did you ever talk to Claire Janes? Is she nice? When you were on the Titanics, were you always getting wet on the boat from from drowning? She's like, you have to be nice to her. He's with Jeff Bezos. How many times do you think Daniel Day-Lewis is going to be in more movies with you? Sorry, I want to do that. Can I do that for an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, exactly. Did you like saying the N-word when you made the movie with Django? From the guy he played the hey Jeffy, what's the guy, the black guy?
Jeffy.
He can't see nothing. He's in a movie where he can't see nothing.
Can't see no.
He's like Ray Charles, honey. You're talking about Ray Charles. Yeah, Ray Charles. He likes Stevie Wonder. That's my impression of Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, everybody. Thank you very much. So listen, on today's show, she's running late, but we will accommodate. Thankfully, Adam doesn't. I mean, you have somewhere to be at some point, but
at some point somebody will come looking for me.
Yeah, we have time.
But I got time.
Yeah. Will you? I tell you what we should do. I hate to do this. Why don't you text her?
Okay.
And just let her know that we're doing this, and she can either knock on the door or text when she's. Have her text when she's downstairs, please, because the doorman's going to send her right up. That way she knows. Who is this she I'm talking about? Why? It's America's favorite. So we have Joanna Angel on the show today. We're very excited. Joe DeRosa, I was at lunch with him for his birthday a week or 2 weeks ago, and her name came up apropos of nothing, and it was like, hey, Joanna is a friend of mine, and she likes, I don't know, comedy and podcasts and, whatever. So I said, he goes, would you want her to have her on your show? And I said, yeah, that'd be great.
Would I?
What? Hair lip. And so I said, yeah, that'd be great. So I said, why don't you just give her my number and see if she's interested? And, usually that kind of thing, like, goes nowhere,
Yeah,
and
it can sometimes.
But she, like, the next day, I got a message from her, and she called me. And
so an actual call.
Yeah, it was a text message.
But
okay. To a phone number, and she was like, "Hey, I hear, blah blah blah." So it started a little bit of
you got a hot podcast going.
I know. I was like, "Yeah,
everybody's the AV Club is raving
top 3
about Brian McCarthy."
That's right. 2 hot guys we fuck in this show.
Yeah.
But so I said, "Yeah, I'd love to have you on the show." Now, for those of you who don't know, and she'll be on the show, or Joanna Angel, she's on all the social media stuff. She's an adult actress, but she's 42. I mean, she says that it's not like a big secret, but she's sort of like invented the genre of like, I don't know, like tattoo porn. That's probably a shitty way to say it, but like, I mean, like kind of like goth kind, like just whatever.
She probably like brought that kind of thing to the mainstream, like more aggressive looking.
And instead of
piercings and things.
Instead of like the blonde kind of Janine Linden Mulder. You have like black hair and sort of like pale skin and tattoos but it's not, I don't know, whatever. I'll wait till she gets here to really talk about all this, but like, she doesn't take herself that seriously. We were having a lot of fun on texting. At least I was, because I was jerking it the whole time. I was not jerking. I'm just kidding. But she seemed like a lot of fun. She's written books. She's from Brooklyn. So she had something called Burning Angel, which she sold, 13, 14 years ago. So anyway, we'll get into all that when she gets here. So, but then you are, and I know we try to make these shows evergreen, but you are going to Atlantic City this weekend.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Just one night, right?
With the gang. Yeah, I got to be back.
And that's with your other job, with going for Kevin and the boys. And is that stuttering guy? I mean, I hate to like cross the streams here, but
stuttering John Melendez.
No, I know who that guy is, but he's a
stuttering guy.
There was a guy when I was doing shows at Compound a lot. He was a guy that was Canadian that had sort of a kind of a speech impediment, and he sold Texas Instruments calculators on the internet. I know.
What?
I don't know.
Was this a guy with a show, or was he like a guy on the bleachers?
Okay. Remember, guy in the bleachers. That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
But remember Bill Schultz?
Yeah.
So
course.
Bill Schultz, he rented Bill Schultz's bedroom, and Bill Schultz
Wow.
lived on the couch. And
the guy. It's the guy that I never met that guy.
but you're familiar with who I'm talking about?
I've heard the lore. I've heard
Okay.
tell
Okay, good.
of this guy.
Yeah. So
I thought it was his apartment, and then
No,
okay, I didn't know that.
No.
Was he like bi-coastal or something?
Buy something. Yeah, buy me a drink.
Buy me a drink. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, what I think is, and I know people listening who don't know what we're talking about. When I worked with Kevin at Compound Media, there were fans of the shows, and nice people, weird people, whatever, just people. And one of the guys that you would see on these bleachers was this guy that, again, I think I pretty much described him pretty well. He was a guy from Canada, but he basically sold Texas Instruments calculators, which apparently is like a big. There's a big market for those, kind of like vintage typewriters and that kind of thing,
Right.
And so the guy would he wouldn't just sell like one of the. I think he had a business where he would. Anyway, by some metric, he was successful enough where he could spend a lot of time sitting on those bleachers, and he loved Keanu. And there's a girl named Karen Margolis who used to date Kurt Metzger.
Yeah.
And I tried to put them together. I think she may have gone on a date with this guy.
Do you know who
actually.
she's dating now?
Who?
Jim Florentine.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. How
Boy,
hot is that?
I mean, I don't know. God.
Oh.
What? What's going on? This is our guest, by the way. What is she saying?
Wait, what?
I don't know.
She's so she says, I'm leaving now,
What?
but I have a great excuse. My eyelash didn't go on.
Oh.
But now she's saying, will 2:30 work?
Just let her know, yes. I mean, what are we going to do? Is that okay?
I mean, yeah.
We'll get her out of here. 2:30 to 3:30. She's just done. We'll do half an hour. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I guess we can just
I mean, that's an hour.
pause or something. Or it's an hour from now. So
We can. So, all right, guys.
okay, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Just tell her.
Okay, okay.
Sure.
Sure.
But I mean, sure. I have a great excuse. My eyelash fell off.
Listen, it's good.
Sure.
Listen,
That's
it's all
fine.
good. It's all good.
Now she'll have to look at our dicks. More on that later, folks.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I don't even know if on the show we're going to get. This might just be straight up Patreon show. Well, now we'll do a little. I'll let you.
We'll do like we'll just do an hour, and we'll do maybe half Patreon, half regular.
Okay. Sounds good.
It'll be a little bonus.
Boner.
Yeah, and then
Get it?
we can talk now, and
Yeah,
you know.
and so if you're watching, you can plug in. And by the way, I want to thank you, Ted, for last week. The show was really good. We appreciated having you on. People very much enjoyed hearing your stories about getting hit in the head by. By the way,
Ted was great.
if I ever get arrested and I go to jail, I want to go to jail in England on a level D jail because apparently you can, as long as you can escape. It seems like they don't look for you.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? You go down, and that's enough. He learned his lesson. If you're reformed enough to find the exit door, then you're done. And I did love that. It did feel very like Lord of the Rings because it was like, escape the level D prison. There's going to be a giant hedgerow maze. If you can make it through the maze, there will be a thatched roof and a one-man.
I think I called the episode. What did I call that? I said escape through the hedge maze or
There you
something
go.
like something like that. Oh no, abscond through the hedge
Right.
maze.
So brilliant. Your titles
Listen,
are brilliant.
It's my canvas. Is
Yep.
is those
You paint a picture with
those
words.
28 characters.
Yeah, and so so that was a lot of fun. So thank you, Ted. That was great. Well, hopefully we can do that again. I got Hollywood Howard reach out to me, by the way.
Yeah, how's he doing?
I mean, he wants to do the show, and we'll have him on. So that'd be great.
course,
So
yeah.
I mean, we should probably like cut and paste one of his emails and just show it to everybody because
Oh God, let me pull up his because he texts me from time to time. Let me just
because you can even pull up the email that he just sent me if you want, or do it that way. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's all like different,
Oh
like
my God.
it's different like size, like letters and like fonts, and he'll put and like the kind of spelling where he's doing it all on purpose.
He wrote me. This is all caps.
Okay, go ahead.
And 3 lines, double spaced. The first one, you goo boy, which you. Wait, no, you be goo boy.
I think he's trying to say you be a good boy.
GOOBOI. You be goo boy.
Oh, like a Jamaican thing, which I guarantee he did.
Nah, bad boy.
Okay.
Goo boy. All caps.
All right.
And I mean, and everything is, let's do it, sucker. In all caps.
Yeah.
K. One time, what did I say? I said, "Is tomorrow good for you?" He said, "K. Orama. I can bring Chef Hollywood with me. If you've got a super hot MILF gilf, pair on air with us." And then
What?
And then below that, he does those weird like bracket things, and it says Spring Equinox Challenge.
Like Equinox or
Yeah,
it's too much. It's like
but
exhausting.
it's like I mean, if you looked at this, it looks like code.
Yeah, like an Enigma code from World War II or something.
Jawohl, mein Herr. Oh,
There we
sometimes
go.
he texts me in like German. So.
Yep.
Danks for the memories.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Real rapscallion, that guy.
Yeah. So great, we'll have him on. I
mean,
got
he's
it.
just but I feel like too the last time we had him in here, I feel like we experienced kind of like a little more randy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Howard. I love it.
Yeah, he got super horny. Something happened
real
where,
horny.
like, the governor came off a little bit because he's, I think maybe at this point, after coming here for a couple of years at this point, I
Yeah.
think he's realized that, like, we're not going to talk about, like, anything political or. When he first
Right.
showed up, he was like, he would bring like papers about the Constitution, and we're like, yeah, no, it's not going to. So
Right.
And then when we mentioned
Poetry that
yeah,
he wrote that he was going to submit to the Times.
when that Sunshine girl came on, the one that
Lucy Sunshine.
yeah, Lucy Sunshine,
the
right?
hairy gal.
The hairiest gal. When she came on and she was like talking about fucking older guys or something like that, then it was like we mentioned that to him, and that kind of like because he look, at a certain point, I mean, I guess you kind of feel like you've aged out of whatever that
Sure.
is, So
Yeah.
to find out that like there's something for that. There's a girl that would be interested in whatever Howard's got going on.
Right.
And I think he was sort of like, oh, I'm back in the like one last swing for the bleachers,
Oh,
you know.
yeah. Oh,
You know?
yeah.
And I would have her. I don't know. I mean, we have her number, I guess, but I don't. What would we do? Like have her on and then Howard? And
I
like,
would love to see if there was chemistry there, and if she would be interested in
God, remember like at the
him
end of
being
the
male talent.
at the end of the show, she was like waiting to like either go.
Oh yeah, I walked to the. I think it was rain. Was it raining? But no, it wasn't raining. I think it was just very cold. But walked out, and she was like waiting for a guy to text her back because she
Yes.
wanted to go like bang
Yes.
this guy.
Right. Who was
And
like
he wasn't texting her. It was very.
And if you remember, the guy that she was waiting for, he was not going to. He was like,
She was trying to get him to
Hey.
send a like a lift,
right, and he was like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not doing
and
that.
he wasn't biting.
Yeah,
She was like, man, but then she had another date
yeah, and that was to go
that
see-
night. But so she had like a little time in between.
Yes, she was going to see a Broadway show with some guy. I remember all this like it was yesterday. I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, but yeah, so she was going to go to
Yeah,
a
it's all
Broadway
coming
show
back.
with a guy. But then she had some time, and she wanted to get like fucked between that whatever, not our show, and then going to the Broadway. And then the guy she was going to fuck was like 50, had a roommate, and he was not. The roommate was gone, and she was going to go to his apartment, but she didn't want to pay for like a Lyft or an Uber or whatever, and he wouldn't pay for. He was kind of like, hey, if you want to come over here, like come over, like
I think he just was like not responding,
yeah, which is kind of brilliant.
which is crazy and really speaks to kind of
It's a man's
the kind
world.
of the kind of market we're in.
Yep.
which
Yeah.
is
he's like, listen,
it's buyers market.
and again, I don't want to listen, I'm not trying to like put anybody down or anything, but I saw pictures of her naked, and that is definitely a type. Like, wow.
Yeah,
It's a
it
lot.
wasn't it was just sort of unkempt below the
But it started at her
below
belly
the
button
belt.
and kind of went
Yeah,
down.
she had kind of the treasure trail.
Treasure trail. It was like a Ho Chi Minh trail.
I think I could rally if
Yeah, I guess, but it was
was
wild.
cute.
She was definitely very cute, and again, but
she looked kind of like a real horned up Julia Sweeney. Remember,
Okay.
but more
what,
attractive than
Pat.
Yeah, but not in the
I
Pat.
understand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But again, just a lot of body hair. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
you just have to like be.
I feel like, and I won't name names.
Go ahead.
But I feel like we've had quite a few guests
Uh-huh.
that told us quite a bit about their situation and like what they were about to go do.
Right.
And a lot of like, I'm about to go fuck this guy, or this guy won't pick up his phone, or whatever. I just feel like every time I walk out, because a lot of times I'll walk out and we'll take the elevator together, and I just think like, man, if I was a dirtbag, I could really be capitalizing on all these like young women. Well, not even young, but like
No.
whatever.
But like, what would you do? Because you'd have to be like, all right, let's go back to
Oh,
Queens.
you just go. Let's grab a drink and see where the night takes it. I think you'd have to probably get a hotel. Nah, 'cause we're not going all the way back to my place, probably.
Not that far, but yeah. Well, you know the story about Marty, my old producer from
Right.
the Lampoon.
Right.
Yeah. Like.
And I totally get how that happens.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Well, yeah. I mean, and frankly, well, remember the one that I can't believe we're doing this, but the one that like she had her Brazilian butt lift and everything. What's her name? The big blonde older woman, kind of. I'm sure she loves that I described her like that, but
I don't remember what her name
like
is.
kind of
But she was like a thick white lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Very, very cute in her own thing, but had a lot of fun on the show. But there was that one time when she was here, and I paid for an Uber to go to home. Which
Oh
was
no, we're
like
talking about your friend
Natasha.
Oh, you're talking about your friend Natasha. I thought we were
Yes.
talking about the porn lady. That
No.
was the white lady.
Jenna.
that
I know
had-
who you mean. That's Jenna somebody, but no.
Jenna Love.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, Natasha was like, she
Sure.
lives like 18 blocks from here. And I was like, yeah,
Yes.
I'll put you in an Uber. And then
Yes.
literally she ended up taking the Uber. I don't know how this works, but she got in the Uber downstairs and ended up like going to like the Statue of
going
Liberty.
down to City Hall so she could take the path to her boyfriend's house in New Jersey.
Right. Who apparently was really annoyed with her because she was shit-faced. Because remember when she was here,
Oh,
she,
yeah.
she was like, can I have some whiskey? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I have whiskey, and I gave her like 5 fingers of scotch.
some Scotch whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, chug it.
I do remember that. Yeah, she was hammered. We found out that she was like a dancer or something at one point, which makes a lot of sense.
She was like a dancer from like Texas, like some sort of like, she had something. She was a girl that was not.
She had some get up and go.
She's rolled a guy.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like the movie Hustlers.
Yeah.
But
on
she may have consulted on that.
Yeah, she worked at like a strip club in South Padre Island or something. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like that kind of thing.
yes.
Yeah, and she she seemed like she didn't have much of a moral compass, but that was one where I feel like it wouldn't be much of a thing to. But then she's somebody, and again, I don't mean to, like, I feel like if you hooked up with her, like let's say if I wanted to like betray my marriage vows with her. It's the kind of thing where like as soon as I was done, she would turn to me and be like, all right, you need to give me $5,000 now.
Like you think immediate extortion?
I think like
refractory extortion.
As I'm like pulling out.
Yes.
And she's like, and
how
plus,
much to keep quiet?
Yeah. She's like, and plus I'm pregnant. I'm like, aren't you like 55?
Right.
She's like, oh no, but it all works. I'm like, I wore a condom. She's like, I put holes in it.
Yeah.
When you're in the other room.
She's a wild one.
Yeah, she's definitely.
Well, remember like when you had met her,
yes,
in between her coming on the show, the 2 times or whatever, she got in a fight with somebody at like a bodega, and then they beat her up and like poured bleach down her throat. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, she was at something. Yeah, she was in East Harlem at a party with some friends, and something happened where she had words with the Puerto Rican girl, which, by the way, don't ever do if you're listening to my voice here. If you're getting in an argument with a Puerto Rican girl, just do whatever you can to get out of that situation.
Listen, yeah.
And leave town. Leave town for at least 5 years because it's dangerous to have that out there. It's like having a rattlesnake in your fucking in your glove compartment or something. So
especially when you're like probably a white chick that dates like Latin dudes too. I feel like there's a certain vibe there. Like you're coming into my and also
my
neighborhood.
She's not from New York, where I feel like if you're a white girl from New York, you would sort of know like that's something that you don't want to make. Because she might have been like, "Well, fuck you, I don't care." Like the color.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I don't even see color, bitch. And then like, and then apparently like the next day or something, she was at the bodega in East Harlem, which is, for those of you who are listening, like I where I live is like if you go. It's funny, 16 blocks up from here to here, or it's fine, whatever it is. But East Harlem's not that far away, and it's a very rough part of town. I mean,
East is really, for some reason, when I got my first vaccine shot,
right,
like the only opening was up there, and it's at like the health and mental,
good Lord,
whatever. And I remember having to go there 2 years ago for like my test for like food safety or whatever.
Sure,
and it's fucking rough. It's just weird and rough up there.
Well, it's also
on the east side specifically. West, not as much.
No, well, also because it's all public housing.
Sure.
There's this. I mean, you probably have 150,000 people that live in these massive brick public housing developments that kind of just go for blocks and blocks and blocks. So, it's hard. You can't really gentrify that. You know what I mean? So anyway, so she was apparently at a bodega, deli, whatever you want to call it. And some girl, I guess, saw her because she sticks out. This girl's like a fucking 5'11", blonde, probably weighs 220 pounds, big fake tits, and
huge. I think they're real though. Aren't the tits real?
Maybe, whatever they are, they're huge.
Not. Yeah, they're gigantic.
Yeah, and she's covered in tattoos and everything. So this girl, and then I don't know. She got like hit in the head with a brick or something, and they poured bleach down her face, and she woke up in the hospital, and because. I think the only reason why I even know this is because I reached out to her on her cell phone, and her daughter picked up, and her daughter's like, "Hey, my mom's in a coma."
Jesus Christ!
So anyway, but that's all very Puerto Rican-y. So just don't. You don't want to. I would much rather be in trouble with like 5 Latin kings than 1 Latin queen.
Oh yeah,
because it seems like that kind of thing is very much on the table. But then, and even like Natasha, because we talked to her after the fact, and she was like, "I'm like, did they arrest them?" She's like, "Well, they're looking into it." I'm like, "What kind of fucking frontier justice is this? Where like the police don't like you could have been killed?" She's like, "Yeah, I know, but they're gonna." So
maybe the code of the streets. She may not want to snitch.
Snitches do get stitches.
Yeah. Well, I think she already...
Or a mouthful of bleach.
She got the stitches. So at that point... Yeah.
Snitches get more stitches?
More stitches.
God, the next time she sees her, she chops her head off or something, or just, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know.
She seems to be doing well. I follow her on Instagram, and she keeps posting about, with that same guy from New Jersey. Yeah. So
it's good for her.
It's going well.
That's good. Well, I can say this. I bet she is a tiger in the sack.
Yeah.
I mean, I just mean I bet there's there.
I bet.
Just because it's almost like you almost have to be, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Or sometimes maybe not. I don't know.
Well,
just because you're already kind of that.
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah,
whoever this guy is, I don't think he would have been sticking around that long. If a lot of like butthole eating and that kind of thing, eat my butthole.
Well, it's probably hard to find a milky white Russian like her with a big juicy ass. Like you don't see white chicks with BBLs like that.
I get
very often, and that's kind of like
for
like
firing on all.
I mean, that's really like a fucking unicorn.
Yeah,
because they love those white girls.
They do. They do love the white girls.
Yeah.
It's funny. I when I was in Baltimore, there's this one girl named Daniela Troika. I can't remember her name, but she was this little blonde girl. And it's always funny when a girl's like 12 or 13 and you can tell like she starts to like black guys, and she was like that girl. She was just
you could tell by how how well her eyebrows are manicured.
Yeah.
It was always the white chick that dated black guys always had like a weird a foundation that was like almost lighter than their actual skin, even though they were super white, and like just a lot of contrast.
Yeah. Like, and it was funny because I would always see her. I mean, we're talking about like 13, 14 years old, or maybe 14, 15. And you would, and I'm not implying that she was getting like gangbanged by all these guys, but you'd see her like hanging around with like 11 black guys. She was like queen of the black guys. You know what I mean? Like just this little blonde girl.
Sweet.
And everyone was just like, I don't know, very nice to her. And but that was like that was her universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Her dad was Italian. I bet he was thrilled.
Oh, no. They have like 20 different derogatory terms for black guys.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
There's like a whole glossary.
Right. So that was always a thing. And then I knew there was this guy, Rick, that I knew here in New York, and he was this big black guy, and he used to always have little blonde girlfriends. And I would meet these girls when he first started dating them, and it was almost like, you know, like those vampire movies where like they get weaker and weaker, and like he
Wait,
just like
he would
no,
get,
she would like
she would.
he just like fucked the life out of these girls. Like it would, you'd see him at the beginning. She'd be like, "Hi, I'm Becky," and oh my god, I met Rick. Like it's Washington Square Park, and then like a week later, she'd be like, "Hi, I'm Becky."
She had been radicalized.
Yeah, and then 3 weeks later, she'd just be like, like her head is like sleeping, like on her head on his shoulder, and he'd be like, "Come on, Becky, wake up."
Come on, Becky.
Becky, what's your ATM number again?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so just because it's a lot of black dick. I mean, when Joanna Angel comes here today, his penises are really big. I don't know. It seems like it's very aerobic.
Wait,
what's that?
You said Joanna Angel comes here. His penis.
Okay, no,
what?
Okay, I'm sorry. I know. I kind of mangled that. But what I mean is like Joanna Angel. You know, she does porn star.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, sure.
But like, you know, she's had sex with a lot of black guys. And
she has? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Not familiar with her oeuvre.
Well, she's and you know, I mean, I don't think there's anything. I mean, she's done DP, she's done gangbang. I mean, she's really explored the frontiers of sexuality. Let's just put it that way. And God bless her for it. But, you know, you look at these guys and they just have like a 14-inch dick, and you're just like, wow, that's just a lot. And it's got to like,
it's crazy, right?
Got to take something out of you. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I thought of you the other night. I was actually with my friend, and we were at a restaurant called Philippe, you know, very nice.
Okay,
yeah, kind of a destination spot. And he wanted to take me. He was like, "Oh, it's on me." I was like, "All right, let's go do that." So we went to the place, and it's kind of a place where you go for like birthdays or anniversary celebrations, whatever. So we sat down, and these 4 black women sat down like next to us, and they were like black women, like with the black hair and everything. They weren't like, you know, they looked like they were out. They looked like they were like educators or something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they were kind of like out for a night.
Sure.
So we had ordered all this food, and they looked over at us, and the one girl was like, "What's that?" We'd ordered Peking duck, and she was like, "Oh, I love duck." And I was like, "Well, can I make you a plate?" She was like, "Sure." So then we started talking to these girls, and of course I used my line. I said, you know, I said, it's a shame I'm married, because you know what they say, girls, once you go white, nothing's ever right.
Okay, what did they think about that?
They laughed.
Did they?
Hilariously.
Fucking stitches.
Fucking.
I never used that before.
Yeah, it's good.
I wish I would have known.
Yeah, right. And because just to put a pin on it, you know, because people go, once you go black, you never go back.
Sure.
So I'm sort of playing on that.
Oh, I 100%. I lived that.
Yeah. So she so the girl was like, it was really funny. So she's like, oh my god, and then we were talking, and then my friend,
crazy.
Yeah, you and
I bet did they say you stupid?
Well,
I remember the first time a black person called me stupid. I had no idea. I was like, oh no, what did I do?
You're like, at least my ancestors weren't slaves. You're like, whoa. I'm saying that as a fun thing.
It just escalated way too.
Whoa.
Way too.
Whoa.
But I didn't know that was like a good thing. You know,
Yeah.
I was in, I think, 8th grade when
You're like,
Stephen Boyd said, "You stupid."
I'm stupid.
Like,
You have sickle cell. What?
Oh Jesus!
Don't do that.
Christ.
No, it was a nice thing. I thought we were having fun here.
Good back and forth.
Yeah. No.
Yikes.
Yeah, but it was funny because the girl, the one was like, she was saying how much fun we were, and she was like, She's like, I want to party with you guys. She lived in Harlem. And
Oh,
she's like, I want to party.
yeah.
So I tell my friend who's married, I was like, yeah, give her your phone number. He was like,
shit.
oh, okay.
I want to party with you
Yeah.
guys.
Now we have her
Nice.
phone number. I mean, we're not gonna. I mean, obviously, we're not gonna
Right.
do anything or anything.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny because the two of us were like sitting in this corner booth with way too much food because my friend always over orders, and we're just like sitting there, and these four women were like chatting, and they had like big fruity drinks and
Sure.
to-go
Blended
bags,
drinks.
and, blended drinks and like
Heavily garnished.
right. Yo, can I get some more mango slices in my gin and tonic?
Right.
Sure, right away. So anyway, so we burn down and see who's to talk to for a minute.
Yeah, let's say hi to some folks. Our boy Ted is in here.
What's up, Ted?
And he said, "I hope I did okay." Ted,
You did great.
You didn't do okay, Ted. You did great.
Whatever they say in England for knocking it out of the park, you knocked it out of the park.
Knocked it out
It's
of
a
the park.
baseball
The
term.
cricket rink.
Right, you got it right out of the pitch.
The pitch.
Right.
Yes.
You knocked a dent in the lorry.
Yes, I think we should have Ted back.
Yep.
Anytime. I think
We're gonna fly you in
I
town.
think he's a fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's a fun hang, Ted.
Let me check on my Southwest miles and see if we can not.
Oh, you wanna do Ted in studio
The Southwest fly from York to
They do.
probably York, Pennsylvania.
from
Yeah.
Manchester.
Manchester. Okay, we won't do it, Ted.
Manchester.
Having a hard enough time. So,
And he said he says Adam asked Brian how to dock. And is he talking about like with dicks?
yeah,
like
two penises.
two boys.
Well,
when a boy meets
yeah,
another
but
boy and they
we're-
fall in love.
We're both circumcised though, so
Uh-huh.
we'd have to be. For those of you who don't know, and I think
Yeah,
everyone
one
does
of us
know,
would need some foreskin. Right?
Yeah.
Eh?
it's where one person, if both people have foreskin, at least one person has to have foreskin. So
yeah, I could swing by Canal Street and get a Chinese finger trap. Maybe we could kind of
but
we
we would.
do that, right?
Yeah, but that's kind of like that's faking it. Ted wants the
I'm
real
just
deal.
saying, I don't know that we could.
Yeah, but somebody. So for these of you know,
Capabilities of docking.
docking is when two gentlemen have erections, and one guy takes his foreskin and pulls it over the head of the other guy's penis, and then that guy kind of jerks off into.
Do you think that there are gay men that are into that? Like,
Yes.
if that's enough of a thing to where you would seek out a partner
Yes.
with, I guess, what am I saying? There's lots of casual
Yes.
sex. I'm like, you would find love with another gentleman.
Here's
with,
what I think: the vast majority of people on this planet are not circumcised. So I think if you're
right. So
gay,
your chances are
Yeah.
pretty good.
if you're gay and you're not circumcised, you're like, what else can I do with this fucking thing? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, let's be honest. If you could, it probably feels good to fuck a guy's foreskin. You know what I mean? Like enough where it's a thing. You know what I mean? Like, so I would think that docking is probably, not only is it popular, it's probably way more popular than you and I think. Like, I mean, there's
Yeah.
probably, I mean, I'm not going to make us look at it, but there's probably docking porn out there,
Sure,
and
I'm sure
it's
there
a whole,
is.
there's a whole world of it. My concern would be that I would be concerned that that area would get infected by cum or something. It seems like you really have to clean up
Ooh,
afterwards.
yeah.
And I would imagine when we're both, and also if you and I are, let's just do this for a minute. If you and I are docking and you have your head in my foreskin pussy, do I manipulate your dick? Like jerk you
Yeah.
off into me? Like while I'm making out with you? Do you see what I'm standing? We're both staring at each other. We're standing there. Maybe you're standing on a phone book or something, and or do you jerk yourself off into my foreskin, and maybe you play with my asshole with your finger or something? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I wonder how, with the docking, how much of it is like you're putting it in, you're manipulating yourself into my foreskin, or
Yeah.
how much of it is me allowing you, accepting you into my foreskin, and then I'm kind of pulling you in and jerking you off into my foreskin.
Yeah.
Because it's either way, it's a two-handed thing.
Right.
And doing all that, we'll
you
ask
could lube up somebody's hand and kind of like.
That's not docking, though.
I'm a producer. I'm coming up with workarounds.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just
Yeah.
saying if we don't have foreskin,
I
how are we
think
going to
if you're-
consummate our love
Well, that's
for
just
each other?
That's just jerking each other off.
Oh,
each
but it's
other's-
kind of like a being on a seesaw or
All right,
something.
I'll
Like
take
you're
you a
kinda
step.
going-
I would almost bet there's a sex toy out there that you put on the head of each other's dicks, and it simulates or stimulates docking. I'm sure there's
Yeah.
some, like a Chinese. Would you just call it like a Chinese trap
Or,
thing?
yeah, or some kind of a synthetic.
Yeah, like a
Get a nice
silicone.
leather,
Yeah, well, you need something that you got to lube that thing up, and you put it on one end, you put it on your. So you could. There probably are like
definitely
docking sex. You know what? Let's just Google it. We have nothing to do. Thank you, Ted.
What would we call that? Docking apparatus?
Docking sex toys. Gay docking sex toys. Right? I don't know. Right?
Look up docking.
Gay docking sex toys. You know, because like I said,
gay is a little redundant, but yeah.
I don't know.
Hand job sleeves. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
A hand job sleeve, folks.
Go to thehandy.com, new sponsor.
Okay.
Thehandy.com.
Is it what we think it is?
Oh.
Go ahead.
So this thing is, the Handy is a product pushing haptic feelings and technology to the next level.
Oh, good Lord.
So this is kind of, that's not what I'm looking for. That's kind of like a thing that attaches to your penis and then, so you kind of go like double decker.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for that.
Haptic is noise. So what does that mean? Okay.
Ooh, I don't know.
Like haptic is like.
Master Series cock dock.
Yeah, Master Series cock dock.
Full access tunnel butt plug.
Okay.
Wow, that's on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
You don't think you got those? You don't think you got that $500 billion yacht for nothing?
Wow, I could have this. I could have this by tomorrow if I wanted to.
Oh, you better know in New York there's a warehouse full of those things.
Shit.
If you were in Ohio, it's going to take you a couple of days.
I could probably get same day on that. Pole to pole docking sleeve.
Yep.
Wow.
See, that's what we're talking about.
Okay, so this is like if you can see this.
Yeah, let me see.
Let me blow up the picture. It's kind of like a rubber. It's a pole to pole docking sleeve.
Oh yeah. Can you put this on the Instagram? Brian
sure.
M Show.
Sure.
So Ted, everyone.
Well, I can send it to you. I don't have access to your to your Instagram.
Well, you have my phone over there.
Oh, okay,
so,
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Ted, there's a docking sleeve thing called it's called a docking sleeve. So I think Adam's going to put it on.
He just wanted us to talk about docking. He knows how to dock.
But I mean, like there are products. If you are, Ted's not circumcised. I guarantee.
Is he not?
Can't be.
Well, Ted,
no.
Let us know. He's
English
still
guys aren't.
He chatted at 156. So let us know.
So I guess what I'm saying is even if you are circumcised, you can still dock with whatever that thing is.
I feel like I could get enough.
Do you really?
I don't know.
You need a lot of.
Have you heard of this?
Go ahead.
Rejuvenation thing where people stretch their foreskin back out.
Oh yeah. That's with weights and things.
Yeah. So maybe you do that. Give me a month and then I'm ready to dock, baby.
I think you need more than a month. I think there are people that do.
Oh, Ted says nope. Full skin, baby.
Oh, no kidding.
He's cut.
Oh, all right.
He's on our team.
Oh, all right. I didn't know.
Right. Well, boring.
You know what? We're more alike than we are different. Ted, you might want to try driving on the left side of the road once in a while, or right side of the. I fucked it up. But yeah, no. I think there are people that like. There are like crisis centers and like support groups for people that are circumcised and wish that they weren't circumcised. And you know what I mean? Like it's a whole universe of like guys out there that are trying to reclaim their, I don't know. Put it this way. If I'm circumcised, fine, that's great, but I'm not about to go back and like get re-circumcised or rather, because I know there are people that got circumcised at like 25. Apparently it's unbelievably painful. Like I know Sam Roberts from Jim and Sam. Apparently he got circumcised when he was in his teenage years. I don't know why.
Christ.
Sometimes people have that thing where like your foreskin grows over the head of your dick and you need it medically to get circumcised. And I guess that's
to get access.
That's one thing.
Peen.
But if I'm circumcised, I'm not going to put like fishing weights on my dick or whatever to like pull the skin over.
Right. That would be a weird kind of, you'd have to be some kind of weird fundamentalist.
Or you're just you're way into like dick play, or you want to dock,
or you're a real kink meister.
You're just a kink guy, and you want to just dock it up.
Sure, you want to dock.
You don't have any foreskin, so you're gonna like get in the game there and just make the whole thing happen. Mm-hmm. So,
oh god,
I know it's too much.
So weird.
A lot going on out there in the world. As much as I like to kind of talk a good game, I'm pretty vanilla when it comes.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I misinterpreted. He says no full skin as in. Not been cut.
Yeah,
I thought he was saying.
I don't think
full skin.
Most English people have foreskin.
All right. Well, we're gonna fucking dock the night away.
Yeah, I would dock, Ted.
Take turns.
Ted, here's the thing: we're gonna pay for you to fly over here, but you're gonna get docked by both of us.
Oh god!
Repeatedly.
Something fierce.
We're gonna get your dick hole pregnant.
Oh god.
Whether you like it or not, Ted, we're going to fill that dick. Oh, by the way, I see my boyfriend Jim Jeffries, I think, is coming into New York. I think.
Is that right?
I got some sort of Ticketmaster notification, and I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, like he's. Oh, you know what? I think I get those too. Maybe.
Let's see what the date is.
Let me. So I may have seen that. Jim Jeffries.
All right, we're checking to see when Jim Jeffries.
Oh no. I'll just check the regular internet.
Yeah, check the old regular internet.
Jim Jeffries NYC show. Where is he usually?
Well, it's a good question.
The Beacon?
The Beacon,
Looks
yes.
like maybe he's going to be at the Beacon.
The Beacon, also the theater at the Garden.
Gotcha.
And if for the right price, he'll do your living room. Very expensive though.
Yeah.
Probably the
Oh, it looks like not November.
November. Okay.
Can be. Is that 2023? Yeah. November 2023. It must be it.
So will you hand me my phone, please? I'm going to
Sure.
get on Jim's radar here. So,
Okay.
thank you. Hey Siri, text Jim Jeffries. Hello, sweetheart. It looks like you're going to be in the big city in November. Put me on the calendar and let's hang out. Maybe Jocelyn and I and you can go and, I don't know, do some go-karts or some bullshit. Hope you're well. Best to the family. XOXO.
Send it.
Yes.
Done.
There you go. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Because Jim doesn't drink anymore, and neither do I. So
Oh.
we're no fun anymore. So used to be, we'd get together, get all fucked
Mhm.
up. But oh well,
Sure.
everyone's growing up. Everybody's all American.
Gubbit.
There you go. God, a weird. I think I got So anyway, so you're going to be in Atlantic City this weekend. Is there anything else on the books, like in terms of? You're going to go to the White House. You're staying at Harrah's, which is weird.
Oh,
But
okay.
I just mean Atlantic
I
City.
just didn't want to say that on the show, but all
Oh,
right.
it's all right. No one knows your room number.
Nah, yeah.
It's a big hotel.
Right.
Are you
Well,
gonna?
they're prone to pranks. This
Oh.
group of folks. So
All right, let's everyone get a pen. This is how you spell his Hineker. Well, I will say this. Do you like to gamble?
a little bit, yeah. So I'm gonna.
Oh.
I do want to get into a little bit of that.
You'll hit the tables?
Yeah, I'm gonna
What's-
hit the tables. Just blackjack.
Okay.
I'm not good at counting thing. Like I'm like Texas Hold'em or whatever they even fucking call that now. I don't know if there's a different name for it.
Why
but-
would they change the name of Texas Hold'em?
Well, isn't there other names for Texas Hold'em?
I don't know, like 5-card stud.
Five-card
and
stud?
sh-
I
I
don't
don't know. It's
know.
all kind of weird fucking.
Anyways, it's too complicated. I mean, it's not too. I mean, if I'm just playing with friends, I'm cool with that. But
Right.
But the at an actual table, I'm too intimidated. So it's got to be like simple shit. But I just like blackjack because it's just quick and.
Are you
easy.
bringing the girlfriend?
Nah.
Okay. Ooh. How much money will you? Because you're
I'll just $300-400
Okay.
or whatever. I just put I do not have a gambling problem. I'm not like a thrill guy or anything. So I usually just put a cap on it. Last time I was in Vegas, I did the same thing. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna $500. When it's gone, it's gone.
Be so
I think I
great.
actually won money. I don't think it was ever gone. But
It'd be so great at the show next week. You're like, listen, we came to the show next week. You're like, why? You're like, I pawned all my.
I need an advance.
Yeah.
Until
right?
2026.
Yeah. I sold my laptop for $30.
I owe some bad people
Yeah.
a lot of money.
The Albanian mob is
Mm-hmm.
coming for me in no uncertain terms. Well, that'll be fun. Well, maybe you'll win like $1 million.
Maybe, yeah.
Who knows?
I think probably. I think chances are pretty good. I'll win like
Yeah, at least
at
500,000.
least 100,000. Yeah,
Yeah, at least.
yeah, like six figures, healthy six figures.
You should try to go to a strip club down there.
Oh, I was gonna ask you, do you have any recommendations? 'Cause
Not only-
I think with the whole gang, we want to go.
yeah.
to
There are a couple that are like right in.
You're like, not only I have an offer code.
Well, I would
Brian,
yeah, promo code. Well, I would tell you this: when I was there with Paul Dinnan, a million years ago, which is the last time I was there, he and I were just walking down. I don't know what it's called. Like there's a main drag there, and we're just walking down the street. I hear someone go, "Brian, Brian." I'm like, "Oh boy," and this guy who I knew from Philadelphia, whose girlfriend was one of the like women's wrestlers that I knew.
Okay.
His family owned the strip club that was like right there. And he was like, you got to come in and like hang out. And we were like all fucked up. I was like, yeah, sure. So we did hang out there. But they're the kind of places there that are like you BYOB.
Wow.
So you go in and there's like a liquor store next door and you buy kind of whatever you're going to drink. And then you go into the strip club and you then have your, I don't know, beer or whatever else it is. And then that's what they have. So it's because New Jersey, the entire state of New Jersey is like that. They either have bikini bars or it's fully nude and you bring your own alcohol, which to me doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
What about just topless?
Nope. Nope,
No.
nope.
So if anything's showing, there's no alcohol, or you got a BYO.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's
your
the rule.
loophole. Okay.
Yeah. That's why in The Sopranos and they have the Bada Bing, to me it was always weird because that place would never even
Wouldn't exist. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I mean,
that.
they might have the Bada Bing, but it'd be all nude and there'd be no booze. And that
Gotcha.
is so crazy to me because I remember going to, they have those in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia. I remember going to like a bachelor party in Philadelphia and we brought like 3 handles of like old Granddad, like half-gallon Granddads. And then you go and you you bring it in a cooler and then they sell you cups and mixers and ice and you mix
get
your
a
own
nice,
drinks.
Corking fee, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and you make your own drink.
sommelier, the
But, like,
house sommelier
Yeah,
comes around,
mister. Yeah, some like one-legged guy comes up.
pours you an old
yes.
Milwaukee.
Can I upsell you with some maraschino cherries, sir, for your bouquet of?
Sure.
Yeah, but like you were making your own drinks, and if you're making your own drink, we were making these things like 7 times stronger than you normally would, and there's
Yeah.
naked girls, and I mean the whole
Wow.
thing is it's a scene. Like I
Sure.
mean, I would think if I owned a strip club, I would want I would want to be able to like know how much my guests are drinking. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, oh, there's 4 guys for a bachelor party and they're bringing as much booze as they want and we're not going to monitor their intake. What can go wrong? You
Yeah.
know? But anyway.
Yeah. It seems more prone to mishaps, shenanigans.
Yeah.
You know,
And I will say this.
non-consensual
Yeah, just fingers in buttholes or whatever. And I will say this too.
bottles.
If I'm getting
cans.
a lap dance from somebody, I kind of want them to have at least a G-string on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I don't
with you. I
really
don't-
want someone's.
You don't need
nothing wrong. A bare
vag on your,
vagina,
your
like
chinos.
yeah. Listen, these Dockers are stain resistant, but they're not that stain resistant.
I always Scotch guard before I go.
Oh
in.
God, I'll do you,
Yeah.
boy. You're a Scotch guard. Your
Yes.
your jinkies.
Uh-huh.
My jinkies are Scotch guarded.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Ted. That's for you.
I gotta have haggis in my pocket.
Hello. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a good idea to just something covering. And I will say also, most of the girls that work at an all nude place, they're going to be 6 if they're an 8 at an all nude place, they're going to be like a 5 at a topless place.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard. I think it's very easy for a girl to be like, "Hey, Dad, I'm stripping to work my way through college," but
Right.
not like, "Hey, Dad, you know that all nude place by the tire plant? I work there during the day." Oh God! It's like, why are you wearing long sleeves in the middle of the day,
Oh man.
sweet lady Heron?
Yeah,
Should
yeah,
we
yeah.
take a minute? What time is it?
You want to take a break?
Let's take a
It's
little-
quarter after 2.
So why don't we take
Our guest
15?
will be here and
yeah, let's take a little
we'll do
relaxed
that.
thing, and we'll take a minute, and then we'll come around, and guys, when we come back, Joanna Angel, just for a little bit, and again, thank you. Remember, if you're watching on Brian M Show on Instagram, and of course now it's on TikTok, Brian M Show on TikTok. I like it. I like the social media thing to be around for about 5 years before I get on it.
Sure.
Just
yeah.
make sure it has legs.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. All
Right.
right, we'll be back. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Why is it in a
Just
can?
more because it is in a can.
Do you want to see our
Just
background
that's
for
what we
you?
do. Okay.
We can't. Well, we can pull it up on the phone. 'Cause
Well,
I
we'll
can't
show
turn-
you.
I can't.
Oh,
turn
okay, on the phone we'll show you.
We're
Sorry.
back, everybody. By the way, we're here.
Oh shit!
Are we live?
Everyone be
We're
cool.
live.
Everyone.
No, we're
be
not.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, are we really live?
yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're
YouTube and
live.
Facebook.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Joanna Angel.
Hi. I didn't know this was live.
Oh yeah.
I-
Well, it's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
thing I wore eyelashes.
It's a good thing
Worth
you
it.
right.
Yeah.
Listen,
Hi.
welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah, I
we
didn't know
have.
it was live. I should tell my fans. It doesn't matter.
Do you want to do it now?
I
don't know.
tagged you on
Social
Twitter
media,
X. They're calling it
Twitter
I think
X, right?
now. So you can, if you want
What
to,
about
on
if you want to
Instagram?
retweet.
Hashtag steal the vote, MAGA.
What?
Nothing.
Did I just wind up on a Trump podcast
Yeah, this is the-
you
without
know that,
knowing?
right.
Did we not tell you this
Did
is?
I just wind up?
So,
Are we
Joanna,
going to storm the
Yeah.
Capitol
9/11
today?
inside job. Your thoughts?
Yeah.
Oh my
right.
God!
Exactly.
What am I?
Right.
I don't know anything. I just suck dick. That's all I know how to do.
That
Uh, us
is
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like those libtards in Hollywood. Am I? What?
Oh my
Hi.
God!
Welcome
what did
to
I
the show.
get
Yeah, you
myself
had no
into?
idea.
Let's talk about the woke mind virus.
Oh my God! What did I get myself into?
Could you imagine if we
Woo!
Yeah. So gender, you're born a guy or a girl. Your
My God,
thoughts?
stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
We're just kidding.
We're
We
here,
ask you really
we're here to
true, but-
discuss
Yeah.
science.
My pronouns are God and country.
My-
That's right. It's my pronoun.
that's what-
God and
that's
country.
what I walked into here.
Uh-huh.
These colors don't run.
That's right. Yeah.
Other things. I don't know. I'm just trying to like
Yeah,
recite
just
things I
various-
heard David
various
Cross
things,
say,
right.
making fun of.
If you can
right-wing
walk through
people.
mud, you can fuck through blood. Am I right, folks?
Oh my God!
Period humor. Welcome
All right.
to the
Hi.
show, Joanna
Hello.
Angel.
It's
We
good
have
to be here.
the. I don't want to call you a legend because it's like weird. I mean, not too much. Is it like?
You can call
Yeah?
me that. That's
Legend.
fine.
Wow.
I
I'll
mean,
take it. I'll take
yeah.
it. I've learned at this point in life, it's another word for old.
Well, or seasoned,
but you know,
maybe.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
Once
Accomplished.
people started calling me a legend, I was
right,
like,
right. Well,
old.
well, we have the well-traveled Joanna
Yeah.
Angel with us, right? The the
a-
generational,
Yeah.
right?
"Thank you. That's very flattering.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so-
you very much."
Can I tell you something that's pretty funny? Okay, so
You
number
have
one,
we just went in your I don't know, your man cave bedroom and you're showing me porn stars from the 70s.
right? Hello, I'm Joanna Angel. You know,
So-
right, right. Right.
to know
Tom Byron and I started off in the mid '80s, right?
I'm
yeah.
not from the 70s.
Joey
Which
Silvera
is
and
funny.
I.
Somebody did ask me at a convention, a younger girl in the industry, and she's like,
Wow.
"I've always wanted to know about porn in the 70s. Like, what was it like?" And I was like, "I wasn't
Wow.
alive yet."
We didn't know from pubic
Yeah.
hair. I don't know. We didn't know from raises.
You thought you were in the loops.
Yeah.
Isn't
I
that what they
was
call
like-
them? The
I
loops
was
or
like,
something?
Yeah,
Yes.
I was like, I'm not.
Have you
not quite
though
there yet.
met like old porn people? Like they're
Who's
around.
old? I mean, I'm
like
old.
Seika.
I have actually met Seika.
Seika?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
met
know
her.
Seika.
I had met her before. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was, I think, there was a hot minute where she was making a comeback. I don't know if that comeback is still happening, or I don't want to
She
speak
better
about
hurry
something
up.
I don't know
Let's
much
hope.
about.
I mean,
I think she came back for a hot minute. I don't
For-
know,
for
but I
those-
did meet her in that she was coming to
Seika.
a few conventions around that time. But I met her.
for those of you who
Lovely
don't
lady.
know, Seika was a big porn actress. I think she was Scandinavian, I believe.
Yeah.
From the
I think.
late 70s, mid 80s.
Right.
Yeah.
I did not know who she was when I met her,
Oh.
but then somebody explained to me.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah, then I mean, I think Nina Hartley
yeah,
is
I
still
know Nina.
Yeah,
Well, pretty
and she's
well.
still like
I would
doing
say
right,
we are
right. I mean,
friends.
but she's
Yeah.
also transitioned into sort of like a sex therapist kind
Yeah.
of like.
Although, she did that a while ago, though. I mean, she's always been kind of known as educational. She's been doing that
Right.
for a while.
How about Xavier Hollander? That's really.
I don't
old.
know who that is.
Okay,
Yeah.
she was like. She may not even be a real person, but she was like a Penthouse, like one of those people that would do like a sex therapist. So you could call in and be like, "Hey, Xavier Hollander,"
Mm-hmm. Okay.
like the happy hooker, that kind of thing. Whatever. Anyway, listen. Thanks for coming by.
I will say a pretty close friend
ahead.
of mine,
Yep.
I'd say, is Christy Canyon.
Yep.
I talk to her
Oh.
pretty frequently. So I'd say of all the
Nice.
old school girls, I probably talk to her the most. But who's I'm close friends with Lisa Ann, but that like sounds like you're going into territory where
Oh,
Lisa
we're-
would be like a new porn
Oh,
star.
you have to- yeah, I'm really. These are people.
like
For
my
sure.
elders, I guess, when I came in was Lisa Ann, Julia Ann, Tara
Right.
Patrick,
Right.
even Jenna Jameson, who was kind of leaving when I was coming in. That was my like older in Belladonna was that was my like older
Yeah.
older sisters.
Your class.
my
Sure.
seniors.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
seniors,
that was
right.
my like seniors, and
Now, were these?
I think I was like the generation below that crowd.
You would be like a Taylor Rain, if I would That-
Taylor Rain.
Remember her? Remember Taylor Rain?
Okay, the name sounds familiar.
Eh,
I
she
think she
wasn't
kind of
really
rolled with the
L.A.
maybe like Jill Kelly, like
maybe
that
something
kinda,
like that.
You know?
Yeah,
I don't
just
know.
I don't know, like Seymour Butts. Remember that guy? And Shane.
Yeah, there
and-
was actually many times.
Go ahead.
Seymour Butts. I never worked with him or
No.
anything like that. I met him many times. We must have used the same airport shuttle.
Okay.
When I lived in LA, there was like this. It was called like the parking spot. You know, me and Seymour Butts, I know we're both Jewish, so always
sure.
looking for the best deal. And like, I
Sure.
saw him many
Right.
times. There was like a, you know, the
Hello.
place where you park your car to go to the airport, and then
For
you take
sure.
a shuttle from there.
Can you
For
believe the
some
value?
reason, right? On like 8 different trips. Not completely, you know, with neither of us going to the same place. We were just at the same time on the same airport shuttle bus. And I was like, hi, Seymour Butts.
Hi,
you
Seymour
know?
Butts.
Good to know that because I knew, I did my research. That was the cheapest way to get to the airport from the valley. So it was good to know that great minds
It's
think
like,
alike.
Can you believe the value? Look at
Yeah,
this.
I mean, there was no better way to do
Woodland
it.
Hills, $25.
Right,
Who would have thought?
Exactly.
Did you live in the valley?
I did live in
Where'd
the
you
valley.
live? What part of the
I lived
valley?
all over the valley.
Well,
I lived, I did live in Woodland Hills, so it's
Okay.
funny you said that. I lived
Yeah.
in Canoga Park.
okay.
I lived in Porter Ranch.
Oh, so you're way up by the 5. You're like way
I
up.
mean, but I lived all over. And then I lived in Van Nuys for a
Okay.
little while. Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks. I don't know.
Okay.
It was on
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
border. It was
North
around the
or
border.
south of the boulevard?
And then south.
yeah, of course.
I think.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a nicer part.
Yeah. And then before I left, I lived in Westlake Village, actually, close to
Yes.
I guess that's beyond the valley.
That's-
That was
that
like when
is-
you graduate.
Yes,
from
that's
the valley.
Conejo Valley.
Yes,
I
that is
lived-
Conejo Valley.
yes.
So that's where I lived before I left Los Angeles.
I lived in Westlake
And now I
West
live in,
Village for 4 years.
You did?
Yep, I
Were we
totally did.
neighbor? What years?
That would be about 10 years ago. So I was there.
years ago.
Yeah.
It's like, did I buy your house?
You might, I don't know, could you
Maybe.
afford it? Look where I live. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, I can-
Hello. No,
were
we
you,
rented
were you doing
out
slightly worse then?
there. Although, can I
Maybe,
can I tell you what's funny?
Wow, what a jerk! You
I
just
know.
flexed on me.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
You just
right.
Did you
flexed
see
on me.
we're in a satanic
Should we have a pissing
temple right now.
contest?
If-
Should we have
You
a
see
If
what's
it
on
is-
the screens? We're in a satanic
Oh my
temple.
god!
Yeah.
I love it.
Isn't that
Oh
great?
my
We
god,
thought
that
you
is
would like
so
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Hail,
very
hail
much.
Satan, Lord of the Flies,
Yay.
everybody.
Satan.
You're welcome.
Why'd I do that?
Would you,
I
you
just
do you need a
spilled
paper towel or
I was
something?
trying not to.
All right, hold on. I'll
I
get
did
you
that
paper
to
towel.
turn everyone on.
Yes.
I don't know what happened. I was trying not to
Nice.
mess up
it's
my
about to get
lipstick.
wet with
It's about to get
liquid
wet.
death. You just dump it
I
all
didn't.
over
Yeah,
you.
like I was trying not to mess up my lipstick, and then I messed up everything. Oh, thank you. Sure. You. Yes, I can afford your house in Westlake
I know
Village.
you do very well. Okay, you have value.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna look it up
You
on
ha-
the way.
right.
She's a legend.
Uh-huh. Right, exactly. Yeah, no, I lived in Westlake Village because my wife worked at the, remember the Four Seasons out there?
Okay, wait. In the radiology center downstairs.
This is so
Or did she
ridiculous.
work- 'cause
How
I went
Jewish
there,
are
yeah.
you? The radiology
Yeah.
center. You like up at the radiology center? Hey, Dr. Schlossberg?
When I had a questionable cyst,
Right,
I
yeah,
went
right.
there.
With all your, yeah.
It was all good though.
Yeah,
It was all good.
right. The Groupon for cyst removal?
Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh. No, yeah. Well, there's also, it was a hotel. You're
Yeah,
talking about
yes. I know very well that Four Seasons.
You're talking
yeah.
about the California Health and Wellness Institute.
I don't know why I was going to say the radiology.
Is that
center.
next to the pizza
But
kitchen?
it was. I had a procedure I had to get done there, and I felt so fancy every time I walked in. They'd be like, "Are you staying at the hotel?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just going to the radiology center to get a cyst looked
I'll tell you one thing.
But I spent a lot of time at the hotel.
Yeah, but
actually, I
there-
wrote my book there.
All of their, by the way, your book is not on Audible.
It's not on Audible.
I know, 'cause
I'll
I
tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
Because it's a choose your own adventure
Okay.
novel. So there was no way to make it an audiobook.
Sure.
And at the time when I was writing the book, like audiobooks had not quite exploded.
Okay. All right.
And I don't really know.
So wait a
At a
minute.
certain point, I was like, wait, how are we going to make this an audiobook? And they were like, we can't. And I
I'm
was
trying
like,
to
well,
think-
then I don't know if anyone's going to ever read it.
Yeah, from a production
And-
aspect, it would have to be like, A, you walk through the valley of
Right,
there. B,
yeah.
a rock falls in front
Yeah.
of you.
Right, yeah.
Skip twice.
We
Yeah.
would need like a
To-
DVD.
yeah.
So hold on, what kind of book was it? Is it
I
fantasy?
wrote 2 actually. Yeah, it was erotic fiction. Choose your
Okay.
own, choose your own
Wow.
adventure. Erotic fiction. It made no money, so
It's
no.
okay.
but they're great books.
I don't want to
and
patronize you, but
I
that's
really cared
adorable.
about
By
them.
the
It
way,
is. It
Like,
really
Thank you. It was a
is.
passion project. Okay.
wow. A, you come in your pants.
I
B,
like the idea
you
of
come in my
somebody
pants.
really just
Again.
feverishly jerking off and go, "Oh
Yeah.
God,
Oh God. I don't know.
4."
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's more or less.
And a choose your own adventure
Yeah.
book that
Well,
you
there were different people. You know, it was like,
Sure.
oh, there. You know, you walk into the door and there's this person and this person, and then there were like different erotic fantasies. With, you
did
know.
it ever
They're
turn
great books.
Yeah, no. Did it ever turn into
Fun.
like a DVD or anything or
No, just
Oh.
a book that
Not
I
a
think-
multimedia
I
experience
think 19
yet.
people read.
but you could like
Okay.
click on it'd be fun if you could like click on the person and then go with them.
Right. I guess it could be a video game if anybody out there wants to make it a video game.
Yeah, we
Right.
could do it on an
We
app.
can work something out. Yeah.
iPhone
If
application.
anyone wants to do anything with it, really.
But
you know.
you was on but did you self
anyone just wants to read it, you can buy it on Amazon.
did
Both
you
of them.
Did you self-publish?
No, I did not self-publish.
Okay, well
I
that's
had a
there's
publisher,
some
yeah.
at least
Yeah.
you didn't self-publish.
I didn't. No, I would.
Because
I would not do that.
There's nothing more like a narcissist than someone who's like, I wrote an autobiography and I
and
self-published
I
it.
self-published
Yes,
it.
yes.
I
Oh my
know.
God,
No,
okay.
I didn't do that.
God, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I did. I got a published. You know, I got a book deal.
all
Yeah,
right.
book deal.
But
yes.
you see, I would think like you must have a great story. Like why wouldn't you want
I
to do
do.
like
People ask me all the time to write an autobiography. That would take a very long time, and I would do it. That's going to that's like kind of what I'm. I guess there's a price on that.
I would think
And if anyone wants to come along and pay it, I will take the time to do it. But that is a project that would take a long time. There's a lot of stories in there, and there's a lot of good, juicy info in there.
I
And-
have the title right now. You ready?
What's the title?
Joanna Angel, Tit for Tat.
That's
Thank
the
you.
stupidest.
Well, shut up. I don't know.
Tit for
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
We'll workshop now.
Right.
Now I was gonna pay you hundreds of thousands
Yeah,
of dollars
for the price
for it.
of your Westlake Village
Yes.
house.
All right. We were in North Ranch.
Yeah, and but also, I wanted to write fiction. I did go to school once upon a time for writing, and
Okay.
I thought if my first book wasn't like I wanted the world to know I'm a writer. So I guess I had to do something that writers do.
Write a
and get
book?
write a book that no one reads for very little money, and like now I feel like
yeah.
I'm a real writer.
You're like,
When
I'll go back to getting gangbanged. Thank you. I had a brief foray into the world
Yeah.
of the pen to paper.
And
You're like-
I don't regret it.
No.
But I don't, after the first book, they're like, do you want to write a second one? And I said yes. And then they were like, do you want to write a third one? And I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean, each book took me about a year to do. So they take a long time.
Plus, you have to
and
think of like plot threads and narratives. Like if you're doing
it was
like
very hard.
yeah, it really is hard. I
It was
mean,
a lot of work. And
was-
I loved it and I was proud of it. But that I
did you have any help?
because I had a publisher,
But an
Cleese
editor.
Press, thank you, and I'm not knocking on them. They're great.
What's the name again?
Cleese.
Oh,
They
Like
the
John
number
Cleese?
one. No,
hello. Monty Python presents.
no, he had nothing to do with the book.
Okay.
They're like the number one publishers of erotica.
Okay.
And like sex education books and stuff like that. Anyway, and they did a great job. I had an editor, which was absolutely necessary.
Oh, you have to have
She
an
was
editor.
very, very helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Hannah. We love you. We love you, Hannah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that was okay. One day I'll write an autobiography when I'm like 97 years old.
I write Lord of the Rings, a gay erotic fiction, fan fiction, where it's like Frodo and Samwise are huddled
I mean, that
under.
sounds profitable.
It would be
Super hot, too.
That actually is
But
a.
I think there's some trademark issues.
Well, it's unauthorized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unauthorized.
I turned
We
Mick
meet-
Frodo into
we-
Drodo.
We trade a lot behind the Javits Center.
Yeah.
We get together.
Right.
And we trade with
Right.
other fans.
Right.
Yeah.
Meet me by the big by the big post office over by Hudson Yards. So, how did you? Okay, I know
Okay.
for a million years, I'm sure you've
Blah,
been
blah,
asked this
blah.
question.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in this? You're like a nice Jewish girl from Brooklyn. Where'd you go? Sheepshead Bay?
Okay, so no, I'm not actually. I
Oh.
believe that's what it says in Wikipedia.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's not from
I'm
Brooklyn.
not from Brooklyn.
Okay.
Okay, but it's like I think that wound up in Wikipedia because when I moved to Los Angeles, when my porn career started exploding, I was doing a lot of
No pun
press. And
intended.
they'd say, "Where are you from?" Usually when somebody says, "Where are you from?" that's the place you lived before you got there.
Okay, so
I
it's a
did
miscommunication.
live in
Gotcha.
Brooklyn
Right.
before I lived in Los Angeles.
Okay.
I like to say I grew up. People are like, "You're from New York," and I say yes, and they say, "What part of New York are you from?" And I say, "I am from the part of New York that is called New Jersey."
Got you.
Oh,
West New
So
York.
I'm a Jersey girl.
Yeah.
at
Okay,
heart.
okay.
That's where I grew up.
what
Yeah.
town?
What town?
New Jersey.
I don't need to say the exact
Well,
town.
you can't- I mean, no one's
because
gonna
my
show up
parents
there.
live there.
Oh, like-
they do show up sometimes.
Like,
once
Yeah,
in a
okay.
while.
I feel like they may be
once in a
prone to
while,
showing up.
yeah, once in a while. I think there was actually like a like a scavenger hunt going on sometimes. So it was harmless.
One of the
Like
things was in your
where it was
mother's
like one
sock
was
drawer.
the thing was like take a picture, and I don't know what
Okay.
it was because my dad said there was like a month or like
Right.
people kept stopping by.
Joanna
They, like,
Angel's
took a
childhood
picture.
tree house.
Something, yeah. Fortunately, they were all like younger, people. Nothing bad happened. But it was, still. Anyway, so we don't have to say the exact
Okay,
town.
fair
It's
enough.
very
Okay.
ezy to figure out. But in North Jersey.
Okay,
that's
North
where I
Jersey.
grew up,
So,
yeah.
right.
okay, like a New York suburb versus like a Philadelphia suburb.
Right, yeah. So
Okay.
I did actually spend a lot of time in high school, take the path
Take the
train.
path train into the big-
Okay, so it's on the path,
Oh,
North
yeah.
Jersey, and it's on the
Actually,
path.
I
That
did
narrows
not
it
really.
down.
No, you know what? I'm lying. My dad would have to drive me to the path train. But I would take the bus to Port Authority. That was
Okay.
that was what I could actually walk to. And I went to punk rock shows. I went to all the shows at Coney Island High.
Sure.
God, stuff like that. Like when I was
CBGBs
in.
and all that bullshit,
I went to CBG. You had to be 16 to go to CBGB.
Oh,
so
hold
I
on.
did go there.
Well, you were like 14?
well, yeah, when you're in high
Yeah.
school, you're not 16
Well,
until
you're
like
16
the
for
end
a
of
lot
high
of-
school.
I don't know. A lot of high school.
Oh,
years.
I have a December birthday.
Okay.
So
I
I
see.
didn't have a lot of time in high school as a 16-year-old.
So-
But whatever. But yeah, I did go to CB's I think twice.
Okay.
Like in its heyday while I was in high school. So then after high school, I went to Rutgers.
Sure.
University.
Oh
so
my
that was
God.
in like Central Jersey.
You're getting more and more Jersey by the
I'm
second.
you
all
can
right.
take the girl out of
Yeah.
Jersey,
Went-
but
yeah.
yeah.
Spent summers in Avalon.
Really
So you went to
wanna-
Rutgers,
went to Rutgers
for
yeah.
creative writing?
That was my I was an English major and I creative writing
Okay.
whatever concentration. We are dating, people ask me about this stuff. I'm like, you understand now, this was 20 years ago.
Doesn't matter,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Anyway, but yes, that was my concentration. My minor was film,
Okay.
cinema studies, to be honest.
Now,
yeah.
in terms of being sexually active, like in high school, were you like
Not at all.
Okay.
No.
So at what point
Nobody.
did
I was. No. Yeah.
What-
I
how- what
wasn't-
point- I don't wanna
nobody
ask you,
liked-
but
nobody
when-
liked me.
really? Were you like a
little
you weren't
bit, yeah.
mousy or anything?
Late bloomer.
I guess I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Isn't it really?
Also, this is a very different time. I mean, you guys are
It wasn't like
old. I'm also old.
I think
You guys
we're
are older
actually
than
exactly
me.
the same age.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
No,
won't say
how old are you?
because
No, it's okay. I can say
I'm
my
just
age,
about
I
to
don't
turn
care.
42.
Oh, okay. We are exactly the
Yeah.
same
I'm
age.
31. What? Anyway,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Brian's-
Definitely
Yeah.
31.
I'm
He's still going through a phase.
Yeah.
I look terrible.
Yeah.
The years have
you,
not been kind.
Yeah, you must have smoked a lot of cigarettes.
Oh,
and-
meth,
and
meth,
cr-
all yeah, yeah.
and crack.
I have Ozempic face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. So when did
Okay.
like you when you
So
like do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
When did you hit the ground running?
when did I hit the ground running? I mean,
You're at Rutgers.
I guess I started to get like I was in the punk rock scene, which at the especially at the time was like very not like sexual,
No.
Really?
We cared about changing the world and
One Doc
being-
Martin at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being vegan and whatever, and like
okay.
it was just being like sexy was kind of I think like almost frowned upon.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, I also grew up in a household we didn't like talk about sex. I mean, I don't know. This is a different time. Like porn was like
Yeah.
something only dudes went and bought when they turned, 18. It wasn't really accessible to women. It wasn't like a thing like that.
But
I don't
if
know.
you looked
So
for it. I mean, there were peep shows.
yeah, well,
I mean,
of course. I
it's in
mean, I
the
got
50s. I mean, it was
horny,
you know.
and like whatever.
People were still getting horny back then.
Yeah, got horny. I
I
did.
remember from
I
time
had
to time
I had
I
to
would.
do
Yeah.
something with that energy.
Yeah, it wasn't like there weren't like Nickelodeons where you'd see a girl with her
Right.
garter or
Yeah.
anything. Now, being Jewish, how Jewish were you growing up? You weren't Orthodox, were you?
I was Orthodox-ish, like a
Oh.
modern Orthodox. I'm gonna say I think is
Kosher
what they called
style?
it. Yeah, we were kosher. We, didn't eat bread and stuff on Passover, but I didn't like wear like long skirts all
Okay.
the time.
No,
So I
like-
think that's called modern Orthodox.
Can be, yeah.
It would be like we would drive like sometimes, but we wouldn't tell anyone.
Oh boy. but you weren't like a Lubavitch or anything or Mashiach or anything.
Yeah,
right? Have you done Birthright?
No, I have not done Birthright.
Okay. But that,
no,
for
I
those of
didn't do
you
it yet.
gross
My
Chris-
sister did it. I didn't wind up doing it because I went to Israel a lot. My mom is Israeli, so I
Okay.
spent a lot of time in Israel anyway. So I felt like Birthright was like
Kinda cheating.
the trip for people
Who
who
aren't,
never
like, down.
went there.
Yeah.
Birthright, for those of you watching, listening, is America. It's a way for American Jews to go to Israel for free.
Yeah,
And
so
you
Jews
can-
love it.
Yeah, you get exactly. But I've gone 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
Jews are always trying to find a way. Like, just tell them you've never been
Yeah,
there before.
I've never been.
Yeah,
Israel,
yeah,
never
exactly.
heard of
Yeah,
it.
I don't know what it
is.
is.
The
Yeah,
weather
exactly,
nice? Right.
Exactly. It's a way for
Right. Falafel. Don't mind if I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
your mom was your mom in the army? Was she ever in like
Yeah,
the 7 days
had
war or
to-
anything?
She
or?
had to do, she had to do all that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah.
My first girlfriend was Sigalit Sassoon from the Golan Heights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she presented herself to me. She goes, "Today we do it like dogs." I said, "Oh my gosh, okay."
That was a good Israeli.
Yeah, yeah,
accent.
yeah. It was she was kind of
Wait,
it was a
what
rough.
was her name?
Sigalit Sassoon.
I wonder.
Sigalit.
We have some Sassons in my family.
Oh, that would be so great.
But I think that they were like I wonder if
I don't know what.
if maybe you
What are you
had
wondering?
sex with somebody in my family, like a distant relative.
Yeah,
I would-
statistically, I think you must have.
well, I guarantee she didn't enjoy it. So you know,
Yes.
no.
Did she
Why'd
come?
you do that?
What?
Then
Women
prob-
don't come.
then probably not.
You goose.
If she enjoyed it, you would still be there right now.
Yeah.
You would have never had this life. You'd be.
One. Would the
or
only
actually, you would have. She would be here. You would have brought her
Yeah.
here.
the only time I've ever been kicked out of a threesome was with an Israeli girl. My friend and I were
Shoot
having
you with an
The
M16.
only
Yeah,
time.
the only time.
The only time.
No.
The one time
I was like
I was asked to leave.
Wait, so how many
threesome.
threesomes have you been in, and how many have you been kicked out
Oh,
of?
so many, and invited out of so many more. No, my friend and I were having sex with this girl, and she,
Your
that-
friend, another your friend,
guy.
a female friend,
No,
a guy.
two guys, two
Yeah,
guys and a
this was
girl.
Two guys and a girl.
Devil's
You've had an
Triangle.
exciting life.
I certainly have.
You- Okay.
So don't let the Lacoste shirt fool
Was
you,
it
baby.
you too?
Yeah.
It-
I just
weirdly, it was.
Was it you
No, I've
too?
never had a boy threesome. Only
Really?
no.
I've had many of them.
Ah, interesting.
Well,
All right.
What kind of life have you led? What kind of friends do you have?
I made porn for years and years.
Yeah, I don't know
Life.
how you're
Yeah, I'm
impressed
freaking
with-
you out.
Yes, like what?
Come on.
What's happening?
you and another guy
Yes.
just fucked a girl.
Yeah, many
like,
times.
for funsies.
I know one of my good friends lost his virginity that way. Oh wait,
What?
didn't you also have a? Wasn't your friend also virgin, Rakesh?
Well, yeah, but that was the first time we ever had sex.
But I know
yeah.
I know a guy who lost his virginity like like spit roasting a girl.
Well,
yeah.
that's we don't use that
Yeah.
term, by the way. We use menage a trois.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
No, I feel like
Pardon.
menage a trois is like boy, girl threesome.
Nope.
Spit roast is boy, girl.
Well, that's very
threesome.
specific.
By the way,
Yeah.
that sounds
Very
that's a little harsh. That word I'm getting triggered.
Okay.
Thank
Are
you.
you?
So- yes.
Are you?
I don't like spit roast. That just seems to
I,
me like
you know
Oh,
what?
I'm
And
sorry, we-
honestly, I'm not offended by that.
well,
Wow.
I
that
think
makes
it's
one
kind
of
of
us.
cool. You know.
All right,
It's kind of hot.
You guys want to get a room because
Okay.
'cause,
Anyway, you were fucking a girl
yeah.
with your
So I was
friend.
we lived in the we lived over in the Hell's Kitchen, and
Okay.
you remember Rudy's Bar and Grill? It's still around, but it's on 9th Avenue. You're Jewish, you don't drink that much probably, but it was
I'm not like. Yeah, I guess I don't.
Yeah,
don't really
like all
know
these
that,
like
yeah.
dive bars on
I
9th
was-
Avenue.
Right. Yeah.
So
Okay.
there were all these Israeli girls that hung out there, and one thing led to another. This girl came back to the apartment, and my friend was like, he was very like good at sex, and she was blowing him, and I was behind her, and I was having doggy style, and she turns around and she goes, "Pull yourself out of me."
At once.
Yeah, and I was like such a cuck. And I
She
was
took out a.
yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, a big stick of havla.
Yeah.
Right. Hit me in the head with it. Right. And then I was like, "Well, can I finish?" She goes, "You can go over there and jerk off if you want to watch."
Took out a
Wow.
grenade.
Yeah, exactly.
Get
right.
outta
Yeah,
here.
she right.
Yikes.
Israelis
right.
don't mess around.
No,
Right.
Because yeah. So
Assertive folks.
so I kind of was like I just started hurrying up so I could like just
Why did she not want you there?
because
so this,
she was because
So it was just
3
you
more
and your
pumps.
friend. This
3
isn't
more
like an
pumps.
orgy. This is just you
Yeah,
and your
me
other
and-
friend. And your
yes.
friend was better than you
Presumably.
at it?
Better at fucking,
and he's
I
dead
guess.
now. So ha ha. Brandon, rest in peace.
Oh, this was Brandon.
Yes, it was.
Oh, God bless.
Who won in the end?
Yeah, exactly. Do
I
you?
think he won.
No, yeah. So
he
he
lived
was.
a good life.
He did. He lived fast and loose.
Yeah, he was like a firefly. He
Sure
burned
was.
brightly,
What
and
an icon, Brandon. You
so
are
he was.
a
Yeah, he was-
legend.
yeah, he was very good at. He was a bathroom attendant at Scores. So
Okay,
but we
yeah.
didn't know her through that. So
Okay.
anyway, so that was then. But
You, so you have a, like you have a lot of cool, exciting New York.
oh yeah,
history.
100%.
That's
oh, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, totally. I'm not like a
I'm
big.
a New York poser, so I really look up to it.
Oh,
You know?
you're not
Yeah.
a New York poser. My God. I think it's cute, and I don't want to patronize you, but like, I like that your tattoos and this whole, I mean, you're like a sex puppet. You're kind of like sweet and dorky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh,
Which
thank
is,
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You see
Dorky
that.
pinup girl.
You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, but okay, so getting back to like, you're at
Okay.
Rutgers, you're
Right.
studying film, English, blah, blah, blah.
I'm horny.
At what point? So when, so yeah. But I mean, so when do we transition at least? on the-
My friend asked me if I wanted to start a porn site with him. Also around that time, I did what turns girls into sluts,
Go ahead.
and that is, I got dumped,
Oh, okay.
and I was like,
Sure. You'll show him.
I need to fuck everyone.
Uh-huh.
I need to fuck all his friends. I need to get really hot. I need to,
yeah.
show him.
I've heard that story a few
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
That I think that really.
And was this
that
like a
really
hometown
pushed-
boyfriend, or was this your first lover?
He was
or
actually
sec-
my first lover. Yeah.
Okay.
And a friend of mine to this
Wow.
day. After,
And he done-
Okay.
After a few awkward years of heartbreak.
you
But
stalking
yeah,
him?
of me stalking him. Yeah.
I'm playing a
Little-
scavenger
little
game
this,
where I
little
go
A
through
couple
your
of orders of protection.
Yeah.
Now
yeah,
we're
I'm
friends.
playing a scavenger
Yeah,
game
where I
where
go
I go
through your
slash
trash.
tires. Where I slash your tires.
Where I ruin your life.
Go through your trash, kidnap
That
your
bitch you're
children.
with now.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm your
Cast
new mommy.
spells on
Yes.
you.
So you had this.
One of the few things I just said was true, and nobody gets to know.
Slashed his
that.
tires,
No,
really?
I didn't slash his
I'm going to
tires. Yeah,
rewind
yeah.
this later.
But anyway.
So you're at
yeah.
Rutgers, bad
Rutgers,
breakup,
Yeah,
heartbroken.
bad breakup. I was also being an English major. I wrote a lot about my sluttiness, my
Right.
slutty time. I had fun. I became like the girl in the English class that was like, writing like sexy poems.
Sure.
And,
Did you read like Anne Rice and Anne Roclair and like like Bronte and
what's
Beverly Cleary.
just
yeah.
We're naming authors.
C.S.
Right?
what is
Lewis.
so crazy.
Go ahead.
And like,
Are you there, God? It's me, Shlomo.
oh my God. Somebody sent me this. I
Go ahead.
wonder if like they're trying to push it out of existence, but whatever. Somebody was like, "Have you seen this? This was just sent to me a few weeks ago. It's not in print anymore. There is an old Rutgers like photo book. I don't even know what the
Like a
purpose of it
yearbook?
was.
Okay.
Kind of.
Like a
I don't know, just
directory or
almost like
something?
something, one of those books you'd find in like a college bookstore.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. It was just like a photo book and it said the years on it, I think. And it was just a bunch of random photos of people on campus,
Okay.
Just
Okay.
like, I don't
Like
know.
people
Just
in
like
clubs and
Rutgers, the
stuff?
beautiful. I don't
Yeah.
know. Just pictures of Rutgers campus.
Like a
and-
marketing tool, kind of like a brochure.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Like a coffee table book of Rutgers, who I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
someone who's just really
Was it
proud of it.
was it called Rut Girls?
there is a
Like only women?
picture- No. It wasn't dirty. Okay, God, you and your. It was just a book
and your
that like some
spit roasting.
alumni
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
like proud of Rutgers that has flags all over their house would have. I don't know,
Oh, loser.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, loser.
But
Yeah.
people were fucking, right? So
Right.
when did they start fucking?
Anyway, in that book,
Uh-huh.
there is a picture of me
Okay.
in college sitting on the grass reading
Out on the quad.
Lolita.
Oh
Nice.
my God.
Nabokov's the book that's been very banned now.
Wow. For those of you who don't know, it's about a
We don't have to speak about it. It's pretty pretty obvious what it's about, but this was like literally part of college curriculum.
Wow.
It was only banned a few years ago.
I
Right?
mean, it was unbanned a few years ago.
No, it was banned a few. And I actually remember this comes full circle when my book came out.
Choose Your Adventure book.
The first one when my book came out.
Right.
That year, it made it to this like top. I forget how many. I'm gonna say 40, and I don't know if it was 40. Maybe it was 20. Some top. Let's just say 40. Some top 40 list of. It was like around Valentine's Day of like sexy books recommended by like Cosmo magazine. Okay. And I actually remember I saw the article and I was like, oh, I was very excited. What an honor,
Sure.
Like, wow. And I remember Lolita was on that list. Okay. And I was like, what an honor to be on this list with one of my favorite books in college.
Wow.
And then an hour later, it was off of that list and pretty much off of everything. Like it never existed to begin with.
Your book or Lolita?
Lolita.
Okay.
My book is still there.
Is it?
My book
Lolita was
made
written
it.
by Nabokov?
No, yeah, Nabokov. Yeah.
Okay, right.
I
So-
don't know. We studied it in college. Anyway, whatever. There's a random picture of me floating around in some Rutgers coffee table book,
Do you look kind
reading
of...
the book.
If
reading
I
a
l-
book that's banned for being inappropriate.
Did you have also...
And it is inappropriate.
Did you have like illegal fireworks also with you? Like all these other illegal stuff you have with you? Right. A counterfeit Gucci bag.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Bad girl.
Anyway,
Joanna,
but it
it's-
was legal. It was part of my homework at the time. So just I want everybody to know I wasn't like going out of my way to find that kind of stuff.
You can't just find Lolita at...
I don't think you can anymore. I think it's like I don't
It was
think
like
so.
rebanned or something? That seems weird
Wow.
because
It was-
they made a movie about it.
Yeah, it was a Stanley Kubrick movie.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was rated. Was it?
Well,
was it PG-13?
I don't think there was PG-13
No, 'cause I-
back then. I think there was like
Okay.
either R or PG. Fun fact.
Anyway,
the
okay.
first-
Anyway, I don't know why I just went out of my way to tell everybody that, but
No, if someone were to see that picture
Right.
and they knew you, would they be able to go, oh my God, that's Joanna?
a friend of mine found the book and he knew it was me because he knew me back then.
The context.
I don't know how many people would know that it was me because I looked very different and yeah.
What do you mean? How different could you have looked? I mean, obviously your breasts are probably smaller back
My
then.
breasts were much smaller.
Right. But I mean-
everything was different. I had
Different
in
hair.
that book. I had like short hair with like these bleached blonde, like kind of highlights sort of thing.
Okay.
I had these big
Pores.
gauge like earring type.
All right.
I kind of
Okay.
looked a little skaterish.
Okay.
Little skaterish. I had a big ball, like those chains.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With the
it
pores.
was that year.
This
of
is
my
like
life. It looked
96, 95, something like that, give or take.
Wait, no, what year did I graduate? Okay, I graduated in like 2003. So yeah, I could have been like 99. Could have
Okay.
been 99.
Yeah.
98.
Okay.
No, it was like probably 99.
And were you living
Yeah.
at home or were you living on campus?
I lived on campus.
Okay. In beautiful New Brunswick. We can
In
say
beautiful
that at
New
least.
Brunswick, yes.
If-
I
if-
spent a while in New Brunswick.
If New Brunswick is on your scavenger hunt, have at it.
yeah, exactly.
Go
Exactly.
enjoy it. Hey, just a weird aside.
Okay, so yeah, sorry I sidetracked there.
No, it's fine. Please, it's okay.
I'm just telling you. Okay, I was horny in college,
So-
reading inappropriate books.
Confirmed.
Reading inappropriate books
Have you
that were
read?
assigned to me.
Yeah.
Have you read any of Anne Rice's erotica under the name Anne Rampling?
I did not know that she did that.
Yes, there's also Anne Roclair, where she writes her BDSM stuff.
What?
The Taming of Sleeping Beauty. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna read that.
Yeah, I'll.
I've actually been looking
yes.
for some.
I'm
new
starting a
books to
book
read.
club. It's a pantless book club. So
No, I actually have been looking for a book club to join. So
Pantless
if
book
that really
club.
exists, like I will show up.
I
with
think
no
he's going to
pants.
start it.
It's-
I don't think
yeah.
it exists, but I think he will
Yeah.
make it exist.
it's
Let's
just
make it exist.
yeah, it's just me.
Manifest.
because I have no problem.
you.
Yeah,
I have
right.
no
It's
problem.
just you in
showing
front of
up.
a green screen still
Right,
for some
yeah.
reason.
I have
Yeah.
no problem showing up
Yeah.
to a book club with no. But in New York, it is legal to be topless, so we should make it a topless book club.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Make
fine.
it. Let's do
Right.
a topless book club.
I'm taking my shirt off right now. Just get ready for it.
Yeah.
Chapter 1, nipples.
That's not what you do in a book club. You're not writing a book.
Oh.
You are
Oh.
discussing. You all read the same book, and then you
Okay.
discuss
You-
it,
yeah,
right?
You bring it to your. Yeah, you bring the book, and
Yeah,
it's
you
a bunch
bring the
of,
book,
bunch of
yeah.
women sit
Okay.
around. God, I call it a
I'm
show.
glad- I'm
Men
glad
can
she
be
told
part
us
of
that.
book clubs.
Not really.
Wow.
I think if
Very
I was in,
progressive.
That's kind of like a way. It's got to be like a really.
We're kind of like alphas, so we don't really
Yeah,
do stuff
right.
like that.
Right, yeah.
I call it Chardonnay Club. Hey, girls. Right.
Right.
Sorry, guys. My wife died. Anyway, didn't finish the book this week because I was working out a lot. Who wants a foot rub? I'm that guy. I get kicked out of book club.
You know, you get
Yeah.
kicked out.
So when did you
Okay,
start
anyway,
getting tattooed?
I know everybody's like wants to hear about porn. I'm like, let's talk
No,
about
I
I
mean,
think we
this
should
is
talk about everything but.
yeah, everything but. Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
I think the most fascinating thing about you is not porn.
Oh,
What do you think of that?
thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
When did you start getting tattoos?
right when I turned 18.
Wow.
Yeah. I was so it felt like uncomfortable that they weren't on my skin,
But how did? And I'm sure you've heard
didn't
this
like
question
it.
a
I
million
wanted
years.
that they
them.
weren't on your skin. It's an interesting way to put it.
It was like an itch and had to
Get
be
on my
scratched.
skin.
Exactly. It was like, look at this gross skin.
Wow.
I need tattoos
This blank
on it.
canvas.
Yeah.
What did your
yeah,
par-
right
what
when
did
I
your-
turned 18.
Here's a dumb
I
question.
did not tell them. Of
Well,
course.
where was the first one?
First one was this one right here.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Wow.
one. Yeah, and I never even got it touched
That
up.
that holds up. That held up
Yep.
nice.
Yep. And I did not tell them.
Wait, is that Rick?
That's a
Moran-
big.
Is
That's
that
a big tattoo.
Is that
to
Rick
know.
Moranis? Who is it?
No,
Rick Moranis.
Oh, who is it?
it's a mask.
It's like a mask.
Oh, it's like
mask.
a comedy
Yeah.
theater.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is that?
Right, sorry.
I thought that was a joke thing, and then I
I'm
realized
just kidding.
you
I
really.
can't
were-
see very well. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
he's
Yeah.
got
But-
vision issues.
Yeah. So that was your first tattoo.
That was my first tattoo. I didn't tell my parents. I got the tattoo.
How'd you cover it up?
I just, for a very long time, always wore like a t-shirts,
Yeah.
like t-shirts that passed it. I got the tattoo because,
Go ahead.
one day I walked out of class and somebody there was like, would you like a Rutgers credit card? And I was like, yeah, yes, I would.
Sure.
And I went and I got a tattoo with that credit card.
Okay.
Thank you out there to this
Wow.
person that ruined my credit for many years.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I didn't know how this stuff worked. I didn't
Nobody does.
understand it at all.
Yeah.
But all I knew is there was more than enough money on there to get a tattoo. And then the bills started coming, and I was
Sure.
like, what happens? if you
Interest
don't-
No. I'm
Who's
sorry.
really putting a gun
Yeah.
to my head and forcing me to pay
Excuse
this?
me. I used a
Yeah.
credit card for this. I didn't.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. And then
We don't
one
think you
day
understand.
the
Yes.
credit card stopped working. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
I was
you
like,
just
excuse
were
me.
swiping.
What is
Wow.
Opper?
What's-
Opper?
What's happening anyway?
It's APR, miss,
Right.
not Opper. APR,
I
29%.
had no idea. Yeah, I was like, well,
They shouldn't have
what's
given
the worst
you.
that could happen? Are they just going to keep sending letters? I don't have to reply to them. Anyway, so that's how I got my first tattoo. I hid it from my parents for a while.
But you can't just have one. You probably, I mean, obviously you like
Yes.
tattoos. So.
Yeah, and so then at some point, at some point they saw it. It was like I kept getting a little bit like
Yeah.
lazier.
Yeah.
Like too cocky. Like at first I always made sure to have a shirt down to my elbows. And then the shirts just kept getting shorter and shorter. And I remember I had this little t-shirt that just barely covered it, but if you moved at all,
Then you
could
just
see
started
it.
only facing them.
Right, yeah. And I
up this
didn't see
way?
my parents all that often. I was in college, but yeah, I would
Okay.
go back there to go do laundry and stuff like that, the way kids do.
Sure.
Yeah.
I used them.
Did they freak out?
Yeah, and then my mom saw it and she freaked out, and I was like, oh, it's fake. And she was like, yeah, right.
That's almost worse.
Yeah.
She's like, not only you have tattoo, but you're retarded.
And I was like, oh, whatever. And I just kind of weaseled my way out. I don't know. I just
like,
kind of
"Mom."
changed the subject.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I
You're
was
like, Mom,
it's
just wait.
fake."
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You're going to
But
be so much
then
more upset.
After that was out of the way, I was like, all right, well, I got that out of the way. And then I just kind of kept getting tattooed, and my mom would every time she saw me, and this works to this day. My mom is like, are you getting more tattoos? I was like, no, Mom, these are the same exact ones you saw last time. So as I got more tattoos, she would freak out. I'd be like, Mom, we already talked about this.
Yeah. Once
You
get-
already saw it. And so she, I don't know. I was like, once you're tattooed to your parents, you're just tattooed, you
Yeah.
know, it doesn't matter whether you have 1 or 100, it's the same in their eyes,
Yeah.
So yeah.
And also, you don't have like, oh, look, you have a lot of tattoos, but
I bet.
you don't have like a giant chest piece
don't,
or like a
yeah.
neck
I
tattoos.
do have neck
Yeah,
tattoos.
she's
Oh, but I
got
mean,
a-
not like one
Right, yeah.
here or, you know.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I was kind of known as like the tattooed girl in porn, and now I feel like I'm actually very
Yeah, now
unheavily
everybody's got
tattooed
tattoos,
compared to most
it's,
people now. I'm like a you know?
Yeah, no, you could. You
and
could,
I've always I wanted like a big chest piece. I'm a pussy. Like they hurt. Like
that does hurt.
everybody says they're the most painful, so I just kind of avoided it. And
her credit card
what a
stopped
lame,
working.
yeah, and my credit card stopped working. Yeah, the Rutgers credit
going
card.
through-
I'm still,
What if you
know,
still had the
I
Rutgers
still
credit
have
card?
the Rutgers
by the way,
credit
like,
card.
where did you get your tattoo? Like Hot Topic? Like, who takes a credit
They
card?
don't do tattoos at Hot Topic.
Or like like Spencer's Gifts or something? Like, who takes?
tattoo
Zoomies?
shops
Did you get 'em at-
credit
did you
card.
get it
no,
at
they don't
Zoomies?
do tattoos there. It was a
Keep
the
naming
first
places at
tattoo,
the mall.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a
Orange
place
Julius?
it was a place in Philadelphia, actually.
Okay.
Body Graphics.
Okay.
Okay.
It was very funny.
South Street?
On South Street.
Get a hoagie.
Yep,
I got a hoagie and a
No, I
tattoo.
did. I actually that day there's a place that because I was vegan at the time, that famously had these great vegan Philly cheesesteaks.
Ooh,
So I
Sation.
do remember.
Vegan Satan. Or,
Satan.
Yeah,
Satian.
yeah. The OG. fake
Hail
meat.
Satian, Lord of the Flies.
yeah.
This was before Impossible Meat existed.
Hail
Yeah,
Satan.
and I got a tattoo, and then I did eat a,
Oh.
Yeah.
a vegan Philly cheesesteak.
Are you still vegan?
Nice.
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
Have you been to the vegan diner in Williamsburg?
Which one?
It's like one. It's like it looks like a 50s diner, but it's all like, banana
Mm.
pepper cheesesteaks and that kind of shit.
Which one?
I don't know. It's the only one I've ever been to. And I thought
It's
I thought
like a
it,
diner.
it looks like a diner. It looks like one of the, like a like a
Right,
Sure.
50s
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like the peach pit
Chrome.
or something. Bomb, bada, bomb,
Yes.
bada, bomb, bomb, bomb.
The
Can't-
peach fit.
Yeah.
The peach.
Bling, bing, 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 bing. You know.
Jason Priestley's wandering
Yeah.
around.
Oh
I've
my
been to
God.
many vegan
Oh
restaurants
my God.
in Williamsburg. I can't recall one. looking
Can I get
like
some more
this.
soy
Yeah.
cheese on my French fries? Oh my God.
Nobody eats soy cheese anymore.
Really? Is it gross?
pretty weird.
Soy is very frowned upon now.
Why? What happened to soy?
No, I don't know. It became very frowned upon.
Really?
Yeah.
I had an older girlfriend and I was vegan and she used to call me her soy toy. Is that good?
Is that right?
I'm just
Soy
kidding.
boy.
That's really cute.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Anyway.
So what do you?
yeah, okay.
Because
Yeah.
when I made you the coffee, you did not drink dairy.
Who drinks dairy?
I do.
I drink dairy.
Not like a lot, but-
crazy. Yeah,
Really?
but
Like you
we're
buy-
again
you
we're
buy
super
milk?
we're alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
You buy,
paleo.
like, actual
We're
milk.
like-
You don't drink oat milk.
No. I mean, I don't drink a lot of milk, but when I drink milk, it's from a cow.
Can I?
I'll drink an
Murder.
oat milk though.
Murder.
I
I think he's.
Oh, I murder it too. I didn't mention
Yeah.
that.
Sorry, I think he's.
I like to be connected to my milk.
I think Adam's utterly ridiculous. Thank you
Totally.
so much.
Totally.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Can I tell you a really quick, stupid
Yeah.
story about that?
Hey, let's go behind the beaded curtain.
Can I do
Is
this
that
and
okay?
then we'll go
Okay,
behind
yeah,
the
sure,
curtain
sure,
real
sure,
quick?
sure.
By the
Bro,
way,
I just wanna
everybody.
make sure
People
we have-
logged in? Are the
I just
people
wanna-
watching this?
They're locked in. They're
They're like, we
they're-
want to hear crazy porn stories.
Yeah.
and we've
Pussy,
heard
pussy,
none
come
about
pie,
that.
come pie, come fart, double anal, triple anal vag.
I've
dick
done
play.
all those things.
Have you done double vag?
No, I have
Is
done
that
double
even
vag.
possible?
Yeah. And I
Holy
have done
shit.
double anal.
All
Double
at the same
vag is a
time?
little complicated for me, but I've done it before.
Yeah.
Has to be two
Holy.
like skinnier penises. I've done double anal. I can do it. I can actually do it pretty easily.
What double anal?
Yeah. So next time you and a friend are looking for a partner,
Yeah, you'll invite me
Yeah.
out
I can-
immediately.
yeah.
Let's do it right at the
There's
front
room
door.
in there. There's room for two.
Plenty of. Not what I'm packing. I showed you what I got over there.
I mean, you told me about it.
Okay.
Show it to
Wow.
me.
We may get to that, by the way,
Okay.
but let's hold on for that.
Uh-huh.
So last
So wait,
year
did you do porn?
I directed and produced girl porn. I started working for Tara Patrick
Oh, you did.
and Evan.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Like I used to work. I
You
mean,
worked for their old company.
well, no, I
Television.
was contracted by them. I used to work in women's wrestling, and I had a women's wrestling series called the Shaw Skank Redemption,
Okay.
which is about women in prison that wrestle each other in blueberry pie filling, heated oil, whipped cream, blueberry pie filling, chocolate sauce, beer.
Okay.
And it played in Philadelphia and Atlanta, but it was also on like TV in Asia and things like that.
Okay.
And it was like a goofy thing with like the Warden beef curtains, and we had 4 C-hos, nipple slip, tickled pink, booty call, and camel toe, and they forced these girls to wrestle for the edification of the prisoners and the correctional officers.
Okay.
It's a lot, I
Right.
know. Anyway, so because of that, it went on pay-per-view, and it was quite successful. And my
for you.
agent, which is Rebel
That's your
Entertainment.
big house in Westlake Village.
I know, exactly.
That I could never afford.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just say I haven't won coach in quite some time. Yeah, right.
A lot of leg room with this
Well, you
one.
know what?
exactly.
I occasionally get an upgrade.
Yeah. Group
Yeah.
1
Once in a
Southwest.
Right?
Right.
Southwest.
Yeah, group 1. Thank you very much. So, but when I
Got real,
yeah,
real,
so
real bougie.
yeah, right, sorry, my panerai glinting in your face. That's right. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yes.
Okay, go on.
This is
All right. So how did you get in the
So Rebel
boring-
Entertainment was my. They were my management company or agents rather.
He's had it with this story.
And I got a call one day, and they go, "Hey, we represent Tara Patrick, and
Okay.
Tara wants to get involved in pay-per-view." And because my stuff was on pay-per-view, they said we want to take you with a phone call with Evan, her husband. I'm like, "I know
Right,
Evan
right,
Seinfeld,
yeah.
yeah." So we got on the phone, and Evan was like, "I want to do
like,
this."
blah, 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 blah,
Yeah. I got,
I'm
yeah,
Evan.
I'm from Brooklyn. You ever go with that? Yeah, Mill Basin. You love Mill Basin? Yeah, I was in Biohazard. That's right. Yeah. That's what I call my crotch now, Biohazard. And so we go, and I said he goes, I want to do a thing with Tara where it's going to be like, I want midgets in it. And I said, number
You can't
one,
use that word anymore.
they're little people.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, how dare you?
Yeah.
Okay, right. And I said, I'm not working with this guy. He seems like trash.
Right.
But so I said, what are you talking about? He goes, well, it's gonna be a lot of girls in it, but I want to have little midgets. I said, well, hold on. First off, I said, you don't want to have like, is this? I didn't know what you were even talking about on the phone. I couldn't even keep the fucking narrative going.
Right,
So
yeah.
I said, what if we do a thing where we have Tara, and she has a beautiful home in the valley or somewhere, wherever, and she is called away by some sort of a porn producer or somebody, and she has to leave her house.
Porn emergency.
Yes.
Right, okay.
9-1 come. Thank you. And we have these, and there are. Thank you. This feels right, doesn't it? And we are. What we do is we have like these mischievous imps, and we're going to call them oil babies, and they're going to be these little guys. We're going to put them in like adult diapers.
So
and
they wound up on pay-per-view.
we'll give them
right?
rattles.
Okay.
And it's going to be like a party where these little guys invite all these porn girls over, and Tara's not even there, and we're going to call it like Tara Patrick's porn star pool party. And he's like,
Okay.
you're hired. So I produced that and directed it, and I showed up in LA, and it was like Daisy Marie was in it. And all these girls that you may or may not know. I don't
know
know Brooke
Daisy,
Bell
yeah.
and Kyla Page, Maya Luana.
Page.
Yeah, she's a great
I
girl.
like
Very
that.
sweet.
Kylie
Kayla.
Page or
Kayla.
is that oh
Kayla
okay?
Page?
I know
Kayla
Kylie
Page,
Page.
right. Kayla,
I know
Kyla.
Kyla.
Kyla, I know. She likes comedy too. Anyway, so
Okay.
Kayla
anyway,
is a good friend of mine.
yeah, she's very sweet.
Yeah.
So, and I showed up, and there were like 14 girls, and so I started.
You directed,
I directed. It was only girl, and after that, Evan
And you
and
put
Tara.
it on pay-per-view.
Well, it went on pay-per-view. It was a dud. And after that, Tara and Evan got divorced like within like a week after
The
I met
movie
them.
caused their divorce.
Yeah,
The movie caused,
yeah,
yeah.
that
we can
was
only
what did it.
speculate that
Yeah.
that was
That
the
was-
catalyst.
One thing
in
led
their
to
divorce.
another.
And actually, Ron.
The movie.
Yes. Tara's like,
Everything else was perfect. in
Tara's
our
like,
marriage,
where are there midgets in
Brought
diapers?
in oil babies. Yeah.
Right.
She's like, I was a model. Why are there midgets in diapers?
They'll
I
make
saw
or break
Tara
a
not that
relationship.
long ago at Exotica.
Give her my best.
Okay, how's she doing?
She's doing great, actually. Yeah.
So
Yep.
Ron Jeremy was actually the only guy in this, and he
Okay.
played. Thank you. You want to leave?
Yeah.
Want to get your croissants
You're
and hit the
really-
road? Right.
Very credible.
So right. So he played the cop who was
Okay.
he was the guy who broke up the party at the very end,
Okay.
and we gave him a cop's outfit. And I remember he came in. There was a big grotto with all the porn girls in it, and Ron shows up, and I said, "Okay, Mr. Big Fan, Mr. Jeremy, when you come in, your mark is that X. Stand there and go. What are you all doing here? This is Tara Patrick's house, and I want all the girls to pull you in the water. And we only get one take because we only have one cop outfit, and for continuity, you can't be wet coming into the shot. Make sense?
Yeah.
And he goes, kind of like, kid, I got this. Okay,
Right.
kid, don't worry about
He's
it.
like,
Ron
I'm
Jeremy,
a
excuse me. The
professional.
hedgehog.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly.
So he comes in, and Ron makes the actor's choice to put this Irish accent on, like he's like some sort of an Irish bro cop. And he comes in and he goes, "Oh, Tatar, who are all you girls be doing it coming into?" And I said, cut. I said, "Ron, I love that choice you made. I love that choice, but can you just use your regular like New York voice?" And he was like, "Ugh, this fucking guy." So he comes in, we pulled him in the water. But earlier, there was this girl, Brooke Bell, and Ron was fingering her so like viciously in the living room in this house, and we only rented the outside of the house.
Vigorously.
You wonder why he's in jail.
Well, she was. It looked like they were. It
was
looked-
consensual.
Yeah, it looked like consensual. There was like pussy juice going all over the place, and I was like, Ron, I don't mind, but I'm gonna have to like pay to. It was like clean up all of this, and so we'd take it outside. So anyway, after that, I started making girl
Lost your
stuff.
squirt deposit.
I really did, which is a thing.
Oh, don't I know it?
Earnings and E&O insurance. So
Right.
so I started making girl stuff, just girl, and I would make it
Just
for
girl,
like
girl. 'Cause-
Hollywood.
Mostly because you didn't want Ron Jeremy on set anymore.
Well, he showed up whether you liked it or not. Yeah. Max Hardcore dropped them off.
Mm-hmm.
Max and Ron,
How
here
many
they come.
other horrible people should we name?
Yeah, right. So
Should we
Ra-
just list
right.
all of the
Randy
all of
West
them?
did our
Yeah.
catering, right? Ed Powers would show up.
I don't know
and-
anything
Oh
bad
my
about those guys.
gosh,
But anyway,
Ed, is he
okay.
still
Well, now
there?
I know how you got. Okay, so I get
that's
it.
kind
That's
of
Bri-
what it
the
was.
Brian McCarthy
Okay.
origin story.
All right.
All right, so
That's
now
about-
you want
that's
to
your
go
villain
I
story.
was
whatever
bitten
you
by a
wanna call it.
horny spider.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Right.
that was it. So that's
Okay.
how I knew all these guys and blah
Uh-huh.
blah blah.
I
blah, blah.
see. Okay.
So
So you spent some time in the industry.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
But
All that.
but again, right. But this stupid thing on the oat milk thing. So
Wait. All right,
So
are we going to keep
anyway-
going? Should
let me
I?
do the oat milk thing. 'cause
Okay. What's
Okay.
going on over there? You keep trying to
Well, because we
something,
do a Patreon segment, and
All
I
right,
want to
fine.
make sure we have
Patreon.
time for that.
Right.
So
We'll
Let's
go over to
do it.
Patreon. Let's get
all,
out of
all
here.
I'm going to do is literally just go.
Just go.
Okay, everybody.
Everybody now
Bye.
pay for it.
Patreon.com/Brian
Angel,
McCarthy.
Buy her
Yeah.
Choose Your Own Adventure book.
Yeah.
Make
I
sure it's-
mean, you could just go to my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's much.
Okay.
Probably gonna
Cool, you
be.
can-
You can buy my books on Amazon. The first one is called Night Shift. The second
yeah.
one's called Club 42.
All
If
right.
anybody, but you could just go to OnlyFans.com/JoannaAngel. And,
Okay.
and probably that's going to be more exciting for most of you. And
Well,
talk to me.
We have a big
jerk off
literary
with
crowd.
me.
So
Yeah, you have a big literary
big
crowd.
lit,
Well,
horny lit
Right.
crowd.
Yeah,
No.
horny
You
clit
could
crowd, am I
yeah,
right?
Hey.
Exactly.
Yeah, clit lit, fucking home
Yeah,
run. Go
yeah,
ahead.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay.
Patreon,
now
here we come.
Patreon.
Yep.
Now it's paid.
Yeah.
Now we're talking to the paid people.
Yeah, we're gonna take
Yeah,
a
yeah,
we're gonna take
yeah.
a